Welcome to Dimension 20 Live presents Fantasy High Sophomore Year. I'm your humble Dungeon Master, Brennan Lee Mulligan. With me, as always, are our intrepid heroes. Say hi, intrepid heroes.
Hi, intrepid heroes.
Please, starting to my left, Emily Axford.
Hey.
Zach Oyama.
No.
Siobhan Thompson.
Is that me? Who knows?
Lou Wilson.
Hey!
Allie Beardsley. And Brian Murphy. Can we go around? Can you guys kind of tell us who you're playing this lovely game?
I'm Figura Faith. I'm a tiefling. I'm best friends with my non-biological dad, Galir. I'm a rock star. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gorgug Thistlespring. I am a sophomore this year, as we all are, and I thought we were all best friends, but I mean, I don't know, I guess it's Galir's your best friend.
Yeah, Galir's part of our group.
Oh, yeah, right.
Don't you say keep adding Galir to the group?
Yeah.
I'm Adine Avanan. I am a wizard, and everybody is my best friend, and I'm dealing with my mental illness, and everything's gonna go great.
Ciao, I'm Fabian Arameus Seacaster, son of the not so recently deceased Bill Seacaster. Yes, these people are my friends. I do enjoy spending time with them. Currently in the midst of putting together a crew to go, clear my father's death as well as save my beloved.
No.
Yes, yes.
Hi, I'm Allie Beardsley. Today I'll be playing Gristar.
That's not.
I am a ice cream chef, and no, I will be playing Kristen Applebee's. I am from the Church of Yes, and I am.
Figuring out.
And I'm a cleric, and I'm figuring out this stack of spells.
Greetings and salutations. I am Riz Gukak, a goblin rogue, and best friends with everyone, but especially best friends with Fabian Seacaster.
Oh, wonderful. If you're tuning in now and you've got no idea what's going on, that's because this is the continuing adventures of the adventures that started in Season 1 of Fantasy High, which you can see on dropout.tv. You can also catch it on YouTube with the whole first season available, and other than a couple of little live shows that happened as one-offs, this is the continuing story of a group of students at the Aguefort Adventuring Academy, the World of Spire's premier academy for heroes. And the World of Spire is a classic high fantasy world full of wizards, dragons, goblins, and elves, except for the nation of Solace, which, due to its high level of arcanotech and its collaboration between all the various classes and species of Spire, has seen itself advance into a John Hughes-esque 1980s teen drama kind of country, with elemental cars and hot rods, diners open all night, crystals that operate a lot like smartphones, and all kinds of teen drama going on at the Aguefort Adventuring Academy in the little town of Elmville. Here in Elmville, we find ourselves in the midst of sophomore year. Now, at the end of freshman year, our intrepid heroes were able to thwart an apocalyptic plot by the way, if you haven't watched the first season, spoiler alert, this whole thing is a spoiler. It's a sequel. A sequel's like the biggest type of spoiler there is. I
kind of don't want to hear it.
I kind of don't want to hear it if you haven't watched it. I hate to bring spoilers, but you are watching a sequel. At the end of freshman year, our intrepid heroes thwarted an apocalyptic plot, rescued a number of kidnapped people at the end of a long mystery, and thwarted Calvaxis, Dragon Emperor of the Red Waste, and laid him low after learning that he was, big ol' spoiler, secretly their vice principal, Golden Horde, all along! I just saved you an entire season of watching the show. Having thwarted it, we were left with a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of the last season, which was, of course, oh no, the disappearance of the crown of the Nightmare King that went missing sometime in the last chunk of freshman year. We are not going to cut to that time, though. We are going to spin the clock forward all the way to right before spring break, the Saturday before your spring break of sophomore year. A lot of things have happened in sophomore year. Fig has been touring with Fig and the Sig Figs along with Gorgug, her drummer. We have a new licensed private investigator in Riz Gukgak. Adine has been studying all sorts of divinatory practices from around Spire and the world, as well as fulfilling her role as the new Elven Oracle, though she is not in touch with the Elven population at large. Kristen has been fulfilling her role as the new prophet of the Church of Yes, a god created during the Prompocalypse of the previous year. And Fabian has been seeing to matters that relate to the estate of his late father, William Seacaster, aka Bill Seacaster. Now, we see that you've been waiting on some things because though you wanted to go get that crown right away, there have been investigations and researches into what the crown exactly is and who may have taken it. Also, because of the loose armistice but still state of war between Falinel and the Nation of Solace due to the events of the last season, you have not been able to leave the borders up until this point. It's also taken Arthur Aguefort some time to remend the privileges of the Aguefort Academy after the year where he was technically dead and in heaven impersonating Sol, the sun god. A lot of backstory. Point being, there's been a lot of things moving and shaking around as you guys have been biding your time. Also, a quick note to our fun friends at home, we just wanted to say that you're tuning in for Dimension 20 live. I'm literally DJing these tracks from my laptop as we go. We are gonna have to, we're gonna have to roll dice and do math. This is a live version of our campaign. We might mess stuff up. We won't necessarily be able to stop. We'll have to count the dice as we roll them. It's a live show.
You can direct message Brennan on Twitter if there are any rules mistakes or anything. Just follow up with them.
I think you should get in the comments, right?
Yes. Oh, don't use my own catchphrase against me. Point being, this is the closest thing you're going to get to the sort of we don't have any Rick Perry battle sets. We're doing this all theater of the mind. We don't have Noah and Aaron, our editors. This is some real home game D&D. So as we go along, we want to do that. In fact, I've just been told to close my Slack. Wow. Which was open on my computer. So that's a fun, we're learning as we go. Everyone, we open on the first Saturday before your spring break.
It sounds like an aquarium, I love it.
A moving truck trundles along with a small car following behind it in Elmville, in the neighborhood of Elmville that is sort of up near the highway, past, sort of near Cravencroft Cemetery. And up on the hill, above that area, Haversham Hill, is Mordred Manor. In Mordred Manor, we see a tall, old Victorian-style manor with little sort of like holes, shingles missing, strange iron-wrought gates and gargoyles. It's near Cravencroft Cemetery, and we see a strange old haunted manor. There's a ruined chapel off to one side, old little private graveyard, a spiraling tower. As the moving truck approaches and a little car comes up behind it and it rolls up to the front of the manor house, which cobwebs, ravens, bats, and things like that. The truck stops outside an old fountain, little gravel area, sort of like a circle to pull around in front of the house. And stepping out of the moving truck is Jawbone, who calls out and says, "Whoo, all right, look at this place. This looks great. I can't wait." For indeed, Jawbone and Sandra Lynn, after less than a year together, have bought a home.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
It's fun.
That's love.
Sandra Lynn?
Sandra Lynn Fig's mother.
My mom, I know, I'm really pretty worried about Galir. I don't think this is the first time that someone's broken up with him and then immediately found their soulmate. It's kind of a pattern for him.
We see people dressed for moving day here. There's a lot of reasons they wanted to move in. First of all, Jawbone and Sandra Lynn are very much in love. Jawbone combines a lot of the things that Sandra Lynn's always looked for in a partner. He's lived a very full life, but he's also a very stable, loving partner. And Sandra Lynn is able to fully understand all of Jawbone's sordid past and his struggles with lycanthropy. Jawbone is in full hybrid werewolf form, which he almost always stays in as a kind of like political statement, as like, I'm living with my disease openly, and that's something that we should be able to talk about.
Also, it looks good.
It looks really good. He's got his glasses, but it is moving day, so his normal cardigan is off, and he's got a little like A-top that's like brightly colored in like pastel Easter colors, and the jorts that are so short that the pockets kind of come out the bottom, and a little hole that his tail can pop out of. And he goes, "All right, great. So we're gonna do furniture first. We loaded it up, so the furniture's gonna come off first, and then we're gonna do boxes. Obviously, books can go in where books are gonna go, but let's talk about priorities first, getting kitchen set up. You know, things we're gonna immediately need. Let's do it. I love moving day." Who all is here for moving day? Kristen, Adine, Fig, and Gorgug. Incredible. So the whole fam is here. In addition to wanting to move in together, it was a little bit crowded at Jawbone's old drug dealer apartment. And so
That was the issue with it.
that was the issue, it was a little crowded.
Not the people turning up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
And him having to explain, I'm a guidance counselor now, I don't do that anymore. But why don't you come in and talk, and let's talk about what's going on, and like hopefully I can like help you either find the drugs that you're looking for if we feel that's the right choice for you, but like let's talk about it. You see that a Jawbone looks over. Sandra Lynn lands. Baxter, her griffin mount, spreads and lands picturesquely on top of this giant haunted-looking mansion. Sandra Lynn sort of Legolas slides down the steep sloped roof and lands on the ground beneath. And we see a huge tour bus pull up that has a huge wraparound decal. A huge
Is that you?
Yes, in fact, it is. That is actually who that is. Hold on one second. We see, as the tour bus pulls up, huge fire decal with Fig slamming on a bass guitar. How's Fig doing? You got here just in time to help your mom and her boyfriend move.
I think I make a big show of kicking the door out to get out of the bus, and I'm like, "Hey everyone, I'm home. I just want everyone to know, like, just like approach me like a normal person. Yes, I will do signatures and autographs."
That was a sliding door. Why did she kick it?
You see,
You know,
Can I have an autograph?
absolutely.
Are you in her band? Yeah. Can I have an autograph?
Wait, you want an autograph from
You want us to
everyone?
just sign your yearbook, Gorgug?
I just thought, well, is that, I didn't know, I missed a time when everyone did it.
Just at the end of the
I'll
year.
sign your yearbook.
Yeah,
I'll
that's what I'm
Here
asking.
we go.
Gorgug and Fig both come out. We see Fig's agent, Lola Embers, comes out. Lola is a young fire genasi, so her hair is like a short spiral of flame. She's got like huge chunky jewelry and like giant like ruby studded horn rimmed glasses. She also got like a giant like potion in like a to-go chalice with like a mobile order sticker on the side as she comes out.
Lola, where's the merch leftover? The leftover merch.
Leftover merch, honey, there should be a box in your bedroom in the back of the bus. If it's not there, I will call someone and we can get it teleported over here immediately.
Can I roll to see if she's really annoying?
Sure, give me an insight check.
13.
You get the sense that with a 13, yeah, you know what? It's her job to make herself somebody's problem on behalf of the people she represents. Is that okay with you?
Step off, Kristen.
It's
Is that
okay.
okay with she looks over at you and goes, "Hi, honey, you're one of the what are they? The bad kids?"
The bad kids. I gave you all of their pictures. I said, these are the most important people in my life. Pretend like you guys didn't hear that.
Fig, I love it. I love it. I love the whole adventuring thing. It's a huge angle, and honestly, when we book the next tour, that's what we're going to sell. This is someone who actually lives the life. This is someone who's writing from a place of knowing. I love it. So you are Fabian Aramaeus Seacaster.
No.
Try again. Try again,
That'd be
Lola.
crazy.
You are Gorgug Thistlespring.
No,
Gorgug's
we've
in the
met.
band. We literally
I
saw
understand. Look,
his
it's been a long
face
day.
on
All
it.
right, the merch is in the back. Let us know. You see that Sandra Lynn walks over to you, Fig, sweeps you up into a giant hug, and gives you a kiss on the side of the head. Mwah! She says, tour was good. I watched every night that I could through the crystal. It looked like you were killing it, sweetie. And Gorgug,
Yes.
you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was.
You see, Jawbone looks over and says, "Oh, all right, Hotshot, young Miss Hotshot. I'm glad you could show up."
Okay, be careful. I'm going to offer to play karaoke for your opening day at your house.
Oh,
your housewarming party.
Oh, should we be so lucky? Well, all I know is this: last one to claim their room's a rotten egg. And you see that he gets up and starts takes a big box of
dimension
stuff.
door
Misty
into the
steps
bathroom.
You burn a spell slot.
You guys both boom, vanish into the house.
I feel like you should get the master bedroom, right?
There's one
It's
with a
too late.
tower, right? I'm going for that tower.
I'm going for whichever one has a fireplace in it.
You guys go ahead and give me, well, the tower you spotted immediately, and if you're Misty stepping there, Adine, you see that the tower is like on some Dr. Seuss level stuff. It is like propped up with like stilts and rafters and actually hangs so that the top of the tower isn't even over the main structure of the house. It kind of like zigzags up and off to the side.
That seems really nice and secluded, but I'm actually learning to like open up to people more, so I'll take one that's more central.
There's a giant fireplace.
When did you get rude?
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was a genuine, sincere thing.
I have a question about this whole tour bus. It feels like a lot, right?
Feels like a
Are
lot.
you like,
Loaded.
are you loaded? Are you, do you really
Brennan,
need a
am I
whole?
As you guys ask that, you hear, "Pow!" and Arthur Aguefort appears in his purple suit. He looks at you and says, "I'm afraid it's much more dire than that, young Miss Applebee's."
What?
What do you think she said?
Yeah.
That was
What do you think I said?
He just,
really
I'm
nice
afraid, young adventurers, that you are all loaded. Bang! And gold coins come out of his sleeves.
Whoa.
You see, he says, "It took us the better part of a year, but we have finally extracted the last holdings of KVX Bank. And as the slayers of the mighty dragon, you are entitled to a share of the wealth."
This is dire?
What?
Yes, money corrupts, absolutely. Your souls are in jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't want any of this money, honestly.
Too
Do you know how
bad.
many people need food just in the swamps alone?
You can spend it on
if you
food.
use that?
Oh,
You could give it to them.
oh,
don't-
right. I can be anti-money, but I can still accept the money and make sure it goes to the right place.
I don't know what it is you think about swamps that people don't
I
have
did a
food.
trip to the I did a humanitarian trip to the swamps over the summer, and I built homes. I gave out food. The homes did sink almost immediately, but we are going to go back for take 2, build a home on top of the sunken home, and that will probably prop the second
That'll
home
hold
up.
the homes up.
Yes, like, thank you.
You're building Swamp Venice.
I am building Swamp Venice. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In any case, each of you has, as of today, it's finally been cleared. The funds were transmitted to the Aguefort Adventuring Academy, and now to you, each of you shall be the proud recipient of 20,000 gold pieces.
What?
You killed a dragon. You guys remember that? It was wild. I came back to life.
Okay.
Okay,
Remember when all the gold blew up out of the bank?
now I have 20,000
Did
and
we
10
not-
gold pieces.
Did my
I was just thinking that.
Very well. Now, you are minors, so I would recommend that you talk to your parents about the most responsible way to spend this money, putting it into the bank, etc. However, Mr. Gukgak and Mr. Seacaster here, their funds have also been transmitted.
No, they're probably hanging out somewhere.
They decided not to help move.
With that, I also wanted to say, in addition to you guys getting treasure for your last guild, because we are now moving to a live stream game of D&D, where we're going to be here every week playing together, we are moving away from Milestone and back to experience point play. everyone's going to get 3,000 experience points for defeating Calvaxis. Which I believe should bring you to, unless I'm much mistaken, 37,000 experience points. So look that up and make sure that I got that right. In any case, as you guys are doing that,
Professor, I was wondering if I could bring a emotional support familiar to school.
Of course, absolutely. An emotional support familiar sounds like an excellent way of bolstering your spirits while you are at Aguefort. What are you thinking? Something sort of cuddly and soft that would make you help with your anxiety?
Yeah, like a frog. I was thinking a frog.
An emotional support frog?
That's precious.
Well, my young friend, if a slimy, expressionless frog fills you with a sense of wholeness and well-being, who am I, a man who regularly has sex with a phoenix, to tell you that you're wrong? Extremely regularly.
Which iteration of the phoenix? Ash or the when it's risen?
Yeah, the ash.
I need to write something down. Very well. But yes, we should get Mr. Seacaster and Mr. Gukak here to resolve this issue.
That's daily, right?
At
Very
once.
regularly.
Very regularly. Daily.
That's daily.
Anything more would require, well, spells
Yeah,
to
his
sound.
autobiography was very spicy, so at least daily.
We cut over to the neighborhood of Ballister. There is a short 4-story stone building with some old, musty offices in it, and a police car pulls up outside. Exiting the police car with a box of stuff is Detective Sklanda Gukgak, and with her is her young son, Riz Gukgak. Sklanda looks up. You received word about your newfound financial situation earlier today, having defeated the dragon. And as a result of that, your mother, as a gift for all of your hard work, has asked that some of that be put aside for your college education, but also your tiny apartment in Strong Tower Luxury Apartments has not been able to hold your conspiracy board for some time, and up 2 short flights of cracked, musty, character-filled marble steps is a frosted glass door with gold lettering on it saying Riz Gukgak Private Eye.
It's beautiful, Mom. I think I'm really gonna spiral here.
That's not what I want to
just go
hear. I don't want
nuts
to hear
inside
spiral.
there.
The point is for you to have a place where work can stay so that when you go home, you can rest and eat and get sleep.
I think I'm just gonna spiral here, Ma. But like in a romantic kind of,
Look, you're 16 now. I have 2 short years to try and get some spin on this ball that is careening wildly out of control. You are a good detective. You cracked the case. There is a point to this. Look, the work of a hero is never over. And if you're going to be an adventurer and an investigator, you have to find a way to pace yourself, because if you burn out and then the next apocalypse happens, you're no good to anybody. So let's use this office as a way to prioritize workspace and work time and private space and private time, right?
right. I have like a sleeping roll like on my back. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah.
You see that she goes and helps you carry your stuff up, and you see it's like a classic detective's office. There's a little wooden desk with one of those like lamps that you pull the gold chain on for like a receptionist. There's one small office to one side that could be for like a partner, or could be for like file cabinets and like storing stuff. And then there's another one with a little window and a wooden desk that you could put your feet up and have a cup of coffee. There's a bunch of like math department sliding blackboards and then like wheeling corkboard bulletin things around here. It's a whole investigator's office.
So cool. I start putting weird stuff up on the wall.
So you've been working for the better part of a year because you've been waiting on clearance to basically get started. So you've been working on the Nightmare King's crown investigation for a long time.
Can we say that I also privately hired him to investigate Porter, the barbarian teacher? So he has like at least a commission.
I know so much. Yeah. He just went to the gym. He has a family. Seems like a really good guy.
It doesn't add up.
I won't let you.
You are welcome to give me an investigation roll for Porter if you would so choose.
Ooh,
I paid him.
16.
16, cool. What are you investigating about Porter in general?
I couldn't turn down the money at the time. I think I just followed him around like with binoculars in a car.
Okay.
And I guess I don't have my driver's permit, so I had my mom drive and like park the car, and then I would stay in her car.
I think every time you send me an update on the case, I'm always like, you're fucking half-assing it, man.
What you see following Porter around basically is, so your mom only gives you like 15-minute stints here and there.
Right.
He takes a lot of trips to like Fantasy Vitamin Shop. He has like
A lot of protein powder.
a lot of protein powders, a lot of supplements.
Some creatine.
He takes a lot of trips to, he has like a community gym that he's a part of.
Keeps it tight.
Keeps it tight, where it's like, they have like, it's not just about working out, they have like a movie night where they watch a movie, they like.
It's a real community.
Who watches a
community.
movie at a gym?
He just cares about the community. Seems a better than average person, honestly.
Incredible. So you start setting up your office here. You have a ton of Nightmare King stuff. I can give that to you. We can make rolls for that. I can also give that to you more as you join up with the rest of the gang.
I think I'm texting these guys and sending them videos and stuff, just being like, ready to get back to work, gang. There's desk space for everyone.
And from there, your mom goes to drop you off over at the new Mordred Manor, the new place where Sandra Lynn and Jawbone and gang are going to be living. From there, we cut over to downtown Elmville.
Is there a Chipotle?
Baby is at Chipotle.
In a back alley with his leather jacket, eye patch, sword of the Seekers at his side, and the rumbling engine of the hangman next to him, Fabian Aramaeus Seacaster is approached in the dark near a small side street by Seacaster Manor by a whistling halfling postman who comes up to you. As the postman approaches, you see Bud Cubby look up and say, "Well, hey there, Fabian, how's it going, pal?"
What's going on, bud? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Daisy's doing great. She's been pulling a couple doubles over at the diner, so that's great. Listen, Bud, I got your message, and I did a little bit of snooping here and there on the inside. I made some copies of some top secret letters and stuff like that. And so I got your information from the State Department. There was, a fascist stooge who we found some of his info, and I'm happy to share that intel with you. We would love a donation if you're able to. Just because, we're trying to get some more balaclavas, and we're trying to get the encrypted crystals, and, the whole 9 yards.
Bud, I'm all about the resistance. 100 gold pieces sound good?
Oh, beautiful. That's great. That's generous. I appreciate it, Bud.
All yours.
You toss 100 gold pieces his way, and he hands you a dossier of elven intelligence files. You finally got a location. Aylwin Abernathy is being...
Oh, yes. Oh, this is the best first scene of all time.
You're writing that down on your character sheet.
Racist flaws!
This goes in flaws.
Accurate.
I'm also going to write it again in ideals and a third time in personality traits.
Giant letters. You write Aylwin Abernathy.
Full-fisted.
I was gonna say you were doing it like this.
Scratch it into the rock so it's never forgotten.
You see the hangman goes, "Sire, we finally have the location of your beloved. She's in prison. We can break in there and you guys can make out."
Hangman, stop, all right? You're getting me all, you guys can make out. Yeah, of course we're gonna make out.
Let me smash through the wall and you two can make out.
Oh, I swear, Hangman, nothing gets me more revved up, huh? Yeah.
Is the Hangman 16? Is it Soul also 16?
The Hangman is thousands of years old.
Inappropriate.
So Bud is watching a 17-year-old talk to his motorcycle about making out with.
He goes, gosh, young love, you crazy kids. Well, I wish y'all the best, I really do.
Hey, thank you so much, Bud. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Oh, absolutely. And again, if you need any help breaking those people out of prison, there are a lot of people in that Elven prison that are political dissidents that were arrested because they spoke out against the powers that be. And gosh knows we got a bunch of halflings with long, sharp knives who would love to go and take them to task.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
All right, buddy. You have a great day. Hey, give my best to the rest of the gang. We all tuned in to Fig's show. We loved it. We had a great time.
Incredible, right? I mean, she's unreal. And Gorgug, I mean, he's doing it. He's doing it.
He's on there. He's on the ones and the twos or the threes and the fours.
I don't know. Who knows?
All the dang numbers. You know,
Swear.
I love it. Okay, pal. Well, you have a great time. Okay. And you see that he walks off down the alley. Where does the information you have says that Aylwin is being kept in Calethriel Tower, which is southeast of the elven capital of Stellamere in the mountains, which is the capital of Falinal. So you finally have a name of the prison, you have an exact location, which has been one of the big stumbling blocks up until this time, which is that Falinal is a huge country, and she could have been in any number of places.
Right.
What's Fabian up to after that?
I think I'm headed to the manor. I don't understand why they wouldn't just pay people to carry their stuff, but whatever. I'll go hang out and just dream about kissing my girlfriend.
Fabian's a loser.
I'm not a loser, all right? I've made out like with more people than most of you guys, so.
That's not true. I make out with a dwarven doctor somewhat frequently.
Yes, deeply disturbing. So riding up on the hangman is Fabian, and Sandra Lynn arrives with Riz as well. You'll see that the two Thistle Springs show up. They go, hi there, bud. You were so great on the tour.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. I'm carrying like a giant box of books that's just like hurting my back so bad.
Huge box of dudes. They're like, oh, well, let's give you a hand here. And you see they come and can't even reach the box.
I'm holding them up, holding it.
Yeah, it's just one in each hand holding up the stuff. You guys see that a reeking, towering, stitched together flesh golem, sort of like made of like sewn together body parts with like a strange bulbous eye, weird like green alchemical beakers pumping fluid into his head, comes out in like a snappy kind of blue blazer, and he stumbles out and goes, hello, is this O'Shaughnessy Faith, or is it the new owners of the house? I'm Gulsum. Hello, I'm the proprietor of the estate. So happy to have new owners coming in. And you see he sort of introduces himself to some other people.
I'm Figuroth. I'm the daughter.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you.
Hi, Gulsum. Pleasure. So we're so excited to have you guys moving in. I just want to show you some of the amenities now that you guys are here, show you around the place. Again, this place hasn't had tenants in about 40 years. It is severely haunted, and I do mean that as a literal term. So.
I'm actually really good friends with a ghost, so like
Wonderful.
I'm excited.
Wonderful. That's great. That's wonderful.
Is this a bad haunting, or just like people who knock over books?
One man's tomato is another man's tomato.
It's a bad haunting.
Can I do an insight on
Yeah.
Yeah. 23.
23, he seems to be on the level. And you see that, in fact, Jawbone comes over, and you see he goes, oh, let's go, get over here, bud, and gives him a big hug. You see Jawbone looks over and says, you can imagine it's kind of hard for a werewolf to nail down. A lot of banks won't let you take out a mortgage. So Gulsum here, this is one of the few properties that I could, get my hands on.
I think it's smart to buy a fixer-upper.
I agree.
Yeah.
You guys are led through the property. You find your like lofty wizard's tower, which is great because you've been in a tiny little bedroom. It's a perfect spiral staircase. Where the spirals goes up, there's like walls lined with like empty shelves. So it's just it's like a giant cylinder of shelf space.
I'm mage handing books into it. I have very meticulously organized boxes, so I know exactly where everything is going to go.
I'm trying to be more open with people in my life, so I think I'm just gonna set up my bedroom in like the living room, so that I'm just really accessible.
Your bedroom, it's like a giant plush velvet bed near like a roaring fireplace and just two large archways because this is clearly a like public room.
I'm trying to get a drink and I have to like crawl over Fig's bed.
Can I cast Enlarge Reduce just to make it a little bit too small?
Your bed?
To make your bed so, like, not so small that you notice that it's smaller, but when you get into it as a prank. No, I'm not telling you, just as a prank, when you get into the bed, it's like,
Why are you trying to be more open with people? What's this new Fig?
Well, because I realized that I pushed everyone away. I didn't let people in, and I learned.
I really feel like you let everyone in.
You
yeah,
pour
you
your heart out
all
your
up in
sleeve.
your
You would
business.
always say,
Very-
I know I don't usually do this, but then you would pour your heart out.
This-
We know you probably.
Yeah.
I probably
This
know
is the
you
power
better
of-
than.
This is the power of friendship. You guys are telling me what I think I want to hear. I know the truth. I know the
We're not
truth.
lying.
You weren't a closed book. You were crying.
open
You
book.
were
Thank
letting us
you.
know how you were feeling.
Thank
Does
you.
this mean
Thank
I put the
you.
couch in a bedroom? What are we doing with the
You
couch?
see, Sandra Lynn says, I don't know. I think yes. It's fine.
Put like a dresser in here.
You see the Thistle Springs are going around and opening up they have a bunch of weird contraptions. Closets are being opened up and weird specters are like, I wear the chain. And you see the Thistle Springs go and just like suck the ghost into a box. And they're like, we're gonna let these guys loose over in Cravencroft so they're not causing any trouble or a ruckus to nobody.
Sort of catch and release.
Catch and release, exactly. We don't want to
Trying to
have
release the ghost. I guess I should do like can I do like an investigate check? Just
Yeah,
kinda
give me an
walking
investigate
around.
check.
Oh yeah, can I look for any hidden passages or anything like that? Oh, I got a nat 20.
I got 20.
Every single room in this manor has a secret passageway to every other room in this manor.
Hell yeah.
The reason this house this house should be a quarter of the size. Its bulk is accommodating all of the secret passageways in the walls. There's far too many. And that's not even accounting the trapdoors and secret bookshelves. There's one grand piano that fully flips upside down into just a bowl that holds the piano. It's not even for anything other than to flip the piano and make it kind of disappear.
Okay, I moved my bed into that.
The piano becomes your bed. That's cool.
Liz tries to help you and gets trapped in the bubble for an hour.
So rad.
Adam moves there. Tracker shows up as well.
Cool.
You see the Tracker goes, hey, Christy.
Hi.
How's it going? I haven't seen you since we got back from the mission.
Yeah, how have you been?
Good.
How are you?
I'm super good.
Cool.
Do we want to talk about? Do you think my uncle would let us like share a room here, or is that weird to bring up?
Yeah, I think we should we're like adults. I think it's like
You're 17 now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
we should split a room.
Is that weird? I just feels like weird or no?
It's just I always have a key to your place, so why not have it be a key to also my place? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. And like you crashed in the old apartment a lot.
all the time.
You see that Sandra Lynn sort of walks out with her bow slung over her shoulder and says, hey, Kristen! Hey, sweetheart!
Hi.
So you guys, I have your rooms picked out. You're gonna be in the southeastern wing and Tracker's gonna be up in the northwestern, okay?
Oh, yeah, sounds good for me. Yeah,
Cool.
that's great.
We
Yeah.
understand each other?
I think that sounds so cool.
Yeah. You see that Jawbone looks over and says, hell yeah, hey, more fun when you're not supposed to. Jawbone. And you see-
I pulled Tracker, so I'm like, I cracked. I'm sorry, I cracked. It's just that frequency of a mom's voice. You just want to be like, become sexless, you know?
I've been like a wild child for the past 5 years, and I like don't put my elbows on the table when Sandra Lynn's eating with us.
Yeah, she just has that presence.
No, for sure, 100%. What rooms? So you find this sort of like
The bubble. I live in the bubble.
You live in the bubble. And as does Kristen look for a particular room in a wing of the manor or no?
That's so
Yes, I would love a room with a view.
The living room is open.
Because you're in the bubble.
Yeah.
You find so there's two places. One, there's like a sort of higher bedroom that like overlooks most of Elmville. There's also like an old ruined chapel over in the corner, which has like a broken shrine and some like wreckages of like old stained glass around. It's like old stone chapel, which is like pretty goth, but those are the two rooms that are available for you in that wing of the house right
It
now.
sounds triggering, and I'll take it. I'll sleep in the old chapel.
Incredible. So you guys, Mordred Manor starts to come together. You see a lot of the ghosts, when they get wind of what the Thistle Springs are doing, just agree to be cool and hang out. And actually, Adam, from up in your window, you see, it's hard to see him in broad daylight, but you see Zane Darkshadow with his little ghostly Edgar on it, this little ghostly goth wizard elf with a little ghost box, a translucent ghost box, moving into the smaller graveyard back over here. Jawbone's been taking care of Zane. He waves up to you. Hey, Adam!
Hi, Zane.
Could have called it. Nice tower.
Thanks, isn't it cool?
It's awesome here.
Want to see?
Yeah. He goes, and you see, well, he puts his stuff in there. His eyes glow for a second, and he says, "Eternal shall I stalk the manor of Mordred." Boom, there's a little blast of energy, and he becomes anchored to this house. And he goes, "Sick!" And then floats up, and he says, "Oh, it's awesome in here. Do I have the oracle's bidding to tread upon her sanctum sanctorum?"
You may absolutely tread upon my sanctum sanctorum.
Are you guys gonna do it?
No.
Why are you in here?
You see Zane says, "This is tight. This is cool. I really like it here." Zane has become so much more friendly and bubbly since he became undead.
Oh yeah, because it's like, he wanted to be goth. Now that he's dead, he doesn't have to try so hard.
He's not a try-hard about it anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is tight as hell. You could really, it's like great for studying, but you got like a beat on the neighborhood."
The view is great.
You see he looks up at like a sort of fallen, like where the roof is collapsed a little bit. He looks up and says, "Honestly, I wouldn't even cast mending on that, because that could be a nice astronomy place, get like a telescope in there."
Yeah, I'm definitely going to cast mending on it. But,
Yeah, for sure. Hey, honestly, your sanctum,
But yeah,
I hear you.
I just rain.
Yeah, for sure, I get it. But
Living
honestly, like a
being.
little bit of rain, like if the rain came through, it was like sad, and you could like cross your arms and sit in it
Right.
and just be like,
Yeah, I get it, but I feel like that's like more your aesthetic.
"I'm gonna do that in the graveyard."
Great.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Cool. You see,
Gorgug just comes in with the couch.
Why are you in here?
I thought
How did you get that up the stairs?
It took a while.
Yeah,
It
on
was
your
pretty
own?
bad. Yeah, I mean.
Do you want to help? I can help
behind
you.
Gorgug with just one book. I think it belongs there. All right, I'm gonna go get some more stuff.
So you're saying not in here?
Thank you,
Okay.
but no, that's
The
the
living room actually opened up, so you can bring it there.
Okay.
And then real quick, I text Galir and I say, "The living room is open. I put a trundle in there for you."
he texts you back, and he's like, he texts you back, "Dearest daughter,
In a test.
So formal in his text.
I appreciate the offer. I will not be staying in the beloved home of my ex-wife and her extremely personable new boyfriend. I will remain here in the garage of Hilarial Seacaster, where I have been staying until I earn my place in her bed."
It's honestly the only good thing about him living there is that he hasn't earned, and he never will.
You gotta give your mom over. Okay, you gotta give your mom over to Galir.
I'm not. No. Okay. Did you hear yourself? Did you hear yourself when you said it? I have to give my mom over. That sounds
that's
awful.
weird. That is really weird.
You have to train
Gorgug,
I'm
Galir.
sorry. I use all my eloquence for really.
You're
good
carrying the
lyrics.
largest bed, and you're like struggling on your back a little bit, and suddenly it gets much lighter, and you see Gorthalax with his little coach whistle and cap, his owlbear's cap comes in and says,
Oh, hey there, let me get the bag for you,
Awesome.
bud.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm pretty strong, but I'm so tired.
Yeah, it seems like you've been doing a lot.
He comes in, he looks over, and he unlike Galir, is, Mr. Magnanimous, so he's like,
Sandy, I gotta say, the place looks incredible. I'm so happy for you and Jawbone.
She has a type. She has a type. Gorthalax, Jawbone.
It's that voice. It's
that
like,
kind of
you actually
gritty,
you see
bad
immediately,
boy.
Jawbone and Gorthalax are in the kitchen just hanging out and drinking very shortly thereafter.
That's fun.
You see Sandra Lynn is helping you set up your room in the piano room. She looks over and is like, I'm glad they get along, but they don't have to be that friendly. You know what I mean?
It could work out to your benefit.
I don't know. You see, a moment later, you see Jawbone comes over, and he was like,
Gorthalax, that guy rules. He's a great dude. I love that dude.
Yeah.
He's really...
we should have him over for like a game night. And Sandra Lynn's like, yeah, maybe.
You have a game night? I love game night.
Did somebody say game night?
Hey, did someone say game
It's a
night?
big old party. Tracker gets her room in another place, which is an old, creepy, house on haunted hill sanatorium for that you can chain yourself. And she's like, it's a very BDSM-y kind of vibe.
We're gonna. Game night sounds fun, but I'm a little busy.
You guys see that Professor Aguefort appears right as the pizzas get here. So it's a big moving day, a bunch of pizzas arrive. You guys are chowing down, having a great
You're
time.
not a pizza guy.
What's that?
You're not a pizza guy.
Me?
You're Aguefort, right?
Yes, that's correct. But pizza can happen if you wish for it, right?
I think if
He
you
didn't
just arrived at
deliver.
the
He
same
just happened to
time.
get here at the same time.
He just always tries to trick us. So it's just.
Is that gonna be your thing this season? You're not a pizza guy.
Hang on.
So Professor Aguefort looks
Roll
at all
for
of you
pizza guy.
and says,
Well, why doesn't everyone here grab a slice and sit down with me in the foyer? We have terrible business to discuss.
Can I do a perception
give
check
us
on this
more
pizza?
yeah, go for it.
Riz is already eating.
Well, I got
I'm gonna do
a
a
5.
Fabian takes all the cheese off his and is just dabbing at it with a paper towel.
Oh no, Mr. Macros.
Truly, all right, it's important, all right? I have to keep this physique tight
For what?
It's a 14.
kissing.
14 perception.
What?
Nothing. What? I'm sorry.
You see that Aguefort looks over you and says,
Ah, I see that you have performed an act of transmutation, turning your pizza into a thin, damp focaccia.
I mean, you can call it whatever you want, all right? It's just, don't need those unnecessary calories.
I can call it whatever I want. Children, listen to me now. We have finally been declared at peace. Solace and Falinel have moved from armistice to full peace. The war is over. Cold War though it was, the borders are once again permeable, and myself and the faculty have finished the legal matters of clearing your wealth. So as I've said, 20,000 gold pieces is your share of the dragon's hoard.
We can move again? We can leave?
You may leave.
Do I have to leave?
You do not have to leave. Although I will say, of course, that the elven government still desperately wants you back in Falinel. Now,
I respectfully suck it. What?
what's that? Respectfully, what?
Nothing.
Huh?
Sorry.
If you've done a bit, I would like to be alerted to it.
Next time I'll tell you. Now it feels a little late.
Except that perhaps it is never too late.
when you control time itself. He rewinds. That exact moment happens, but he leans in to catch it and goes, can suck it. If you feel queasy, I have reversed the flow of time to catch that jerk.
Riz also vomiting.
Pizza's everywhere. It's just vomited pizza everywhere.
Fabian's pizza.
This is okay. Great.
Wow, how many calories are in that?
I mean, 0. I'm not eating this. Ugh.
Now, for the rest of you, that has been cleared. As you may be well aware, normally a dragon's hoard would simply be collected and divvied up by the adventurers, but because this hoard was hidden in a bank, that coward, Calvaxis, we had to go through a lot of legal red tape and eventually engage the 7 dark executives of KVX Bank in mortal combat, and by slaying them all, finally release your funds into the school account and cut those checks to all of you. So, you are substantially wealthier. However, I would recommend investing that money wisely, for indeed, the quest of the crown of the Nightmare King now unfolds before you. Yes, Adai.
Yes, if they cut us checks, why did you spew gold at us?
For effect!
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna tithe 10% to the swamps. They
I
need
w-
every
I was gonna
cent
say,
that we can give them.
I'd like to invest in Swamp Venice. It sounds idyllic.
Great. I'm doing 10%. I don't know what you want to do.
I'll do 10%.
Great. Okay. I'll put
I've
you
got
down
a
for
money guy through my dad if anyone is trying to, diversify their
Yes,
portfolios.
I would recommend divesting yourself of that money as soon as possible. The wealth, the filthy lucre of a dragon's hoard has been known to drive adventurers mad. A little taste of gold can send one over the edge.
Is there a risk in giving it to other people then? Are we going to drive other people crazy?
I was gonna try to work on a van,
Cool.
and I'm just wondering, is that gonna make me go crazy?
I don't know. Maybe. The quest that lies ahead. The quest, my children. The crown of the Nightmare King, as you are well aware, went missing sometime after the events of last year's cursed prom. Which, by the way, we can now have again. Because the prophecy already happened, so that's fun. Point being that the borders are now permeable once more. I believe that it's your quest lined up. The 7 maidens, of course, including young Zelda, have adventures of their own to attend to. So I just wanted to tell you that you have the funds now to finance your own transportation for how you would like to go on this quest. You may also, of course, conduct the matter of hiring hirelings, which we do love in classic adventurer fashion. People to tote your stuff around.
Oh, I've got a whole tour bus. We can use my tour bus.
Oh,
there you
It's
go.
a little flashy. It kind of announces us anywhere we go.
Yeah.
I
can
honestly
we-
wouldn't hate that.
Can we
I
put
honestly
like
think
a
that's cool.
disguise? Can we cast disguise self on just the photo of you on the side of
Yes,
the van?
I'd like to do that and make it look like Golden Horde.
I mean, it does have also your literal name on it.
Yes, that
We
should be
cast
no.
disguise self on my name.
If your adventure sees you remain within the boundaries of Solace, then that tour bus should be no problem. If your tour goes farther afield, and indeed if the crown has been taken from Solace in total, I remind you that the nations outside of Solace have not been exposed to our strange arcanotech. If those peasants out in their fields in the dark realms beyond Solace were to hear you play rock music, think of what could happen.
Are you saying that my destiny is to bring rock to the peasants?
No.
Your words, not mine, young lady.
Up to the task.
I just feel like it's not that rock music's. That's. I don't want to speak out of turn, but it just feels like a thing a grandparent would say, right?
What?
Just that.
Gorga, we're in a band together.
No, that it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I get
Like,
what you're saying.
Do you have any idea what happened in Solace when rock music was invented?
I
Do you have any idea what you're talking about?
I'm not sure. I've never heard this story.
The first electric lute was invented 350 years ago. And when it was first played, every single person of the 225 people in attendance, regardless of gender, became pregnant. Do you understand the power that rock music wields?
I didn't know that.
Do you have any idea?
I'm sorry.
Sometimes when you talk, it really pisses me off.
I've realized that, and it seems like a newish thing, but I'm sorry.
So there was 225 immaculate conceptions?
In the same day,
Was their dad the flute? Was their dad the lute?
the lute,
Excuse me, the lute?
conjecture holds that it could have been the bard,
themselves.
What did
or
they
that it could
come
have
out
been
like?
the
What did they look? What did the babies
they
look
have-
like?
Were they
Were
all
like-
healthy?
It seems like injectors.
Did they have big round bodies?
Does it have little things?
Strings down them.
No. The children all looked mostly like the species of the carrier of the person of the parent that took the
So
pregnancy
they're-
to term, except for they had awesome mohawks or like long hair, and some of them were born with denim jean vests.
Like they came out of the womb.
Yep.
No pants. Just
I mean, a baby with pants is a little weird, but a baby with a vest is pretty cool.
Yeah. And with patches on it already.
Wow.
All of them patches.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, fuck the Nightmare King's crown. I want to find one of these babies.
Well, no, on their 18th birthday, they all ascended to the upper planes.
What?
It's rumored that there is a 17th outer plane. Beyond the 16 of the Great Wheel, there is a 17th made of pure rock.
So there's about 250 adult babies flying around on rocks.
Adult babies, they're just adults. Babies grow up, Gorgo.
I'm
Be
sorry.
reasonable. Use your head.
I'm sorry.
Use your head.
Wow.
have
I'm
denim
sorry
vests?
about him.
Yes.
Do they still have the denim vests?
I don't think they fit anymore, but
Yes, is it like their
The
skin
vests
doesn't
grow
grow with
with
them?
them.
No, they just
Does it
had denim
split?
vests. It's not on there.
I don't have the time to go through every piece of Solace's incredible lore with
Read a
all of
book,
every.
guys. Come
All
on.
of this is available in the library if you chose to crack the books at Adventuring Academy. And if you attended Bard classes, this is in the history of Bardic curriculum. What's so weird about a baby born with a vest and a mohawk?
Well,
Right, that's not the weirdest part. The other part is
225 immaculately conceived babies grew up and went to rock heaven. I don't know how much more clear I can be.
they ascended. It was the 18th birthday part.
Sounds a little tragic too for the people who gave birth to them.
Yes! Many of them were never okay again. There was no warning. There was a rock show, a benefit on all of their 18th birthdays. Did I mention that not only were they conceived at the same moment, they were born at the same moment?
wow.
Wow, this all
okay,
checks
great.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, I understand the power of rock now. But
Good.
I'm still gonna bring it to the peasants.
Well,
So if we leave Solace, do we have to then like ride horses and
Yeah, I was
stuff?
gonna say, should we have like a covered wagon?
Yeah, because I'm not
or-
leaving the hangman behind, all right?
No, well, I think generally the Silesian Council of Relations understands that there is a discrepancy. However, it is not uncommon knowledge that our technology and magic far surpasses those of the neighboring realms. So what I would say is this. There is a general rule to not fracture the domes of those that dwell in the lands beyond with how rad our whole deal is. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So at the end of the day, if you want to bring the hangman, go for it, all right?
They'll have to catch us first, right, Fabian?
Yes, the ball. Yeah, they
Remember-
will.
Laws are a fiction designed to inhibit the powerful, so...
Riz, are you wearing one half of a friendship necklace?
Yeah.
It's just a necklace.
is there
It just
another?
says
It's a
beef
regular
fry.
necklace.
Now,
What's
says
that?
Everyone,
beef
it's
fry.
a regular,
Beef
What's
fry.
that other piece of a
and it's
necklace?
not Christmas yet. So why are we talking about the other half?
What's the other half in your hand?
It's not Christmas yet.
Why are you
It's not-
sneaking up on
It's
Fabian?
April. so
What
you're
are you
talking
doing
in
behind me,
7
ball? Get
months?
off me.
Relax, everyone.
Hey, I think we should get out of here.
Okay.
You finally leave
Okay, you know what?
Tonight?
think
tonight.
There is...
I'd like to commission some sort of animal.
Commissioning
Like a
it?
painting of an animal.
I'm sorry, are you asking me to create a brand new, never-before-seen animal?
Yes, I'll pay you gold.
Done.
Okay, yeah. I'm instead of my tour bus, I think I'll ride a never
big
before
horse.
seen animal.
Can we all ride on it?
You guys all have money.
All
You just
right.
have to ask
I
for
need, you're
permission.
saying I need to use strange magic to create an animal capable of bearing 6 people
Yeah.
into
Can it
combat.
be like
And a
a cat
motorcycle.
bus?
And a
Is
motorcycle.
that copywritten?
Important question about this.
Yes.
Are you going to be on the motorcycle riding the thing, or are you and the motorcycle both riding the animal together?
I mean, if it's a challenge for you to create an animal in which I can be on a motorcycle in the animal, have at it.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to get to work inventing something truly terrible.
So I'm just picturing like a skin suit for a motorcycle.
Now,
You can send the invoice to Lola.
very well. I'll go. Yes, I'll go through your
What's
agency.
her deal?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't like these industry types that are kind of like.
She's very good at her job. I've seen her. People have tried to get backstage before, and she's killed them.
She killed them? Because they were trying to get backstage?
I mean, I've killed a lot of people, and that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Have I killed anyone?
I did kill our football coach.
Yeah. It was absolutely tragic.
I still think about that. I have nightmares of the ball standing over Daybreak, just gun to BAM! It was just everywhere.
So our options are big animal that
Never
replaces
before
a car, never
Yes.
before seen. Also, sort of an animal that holds a motorcycle.
Yes.
And I just want to throw out, maybe my parents could help us tinker up almost like a disguise, kind of like a hologram-ish thing.
I'm also fine riding a horse. I grew up in Fallinell. I can ride horses.
Yeah, and now that I'm gay, I would prefer a horse.
If they're all doing horses,
You hear Tracker upstairs go, yeah, that's part of it.
Okay,
It's, all of a sudden I got in the mail a sourdough starter, horse feed, and really cool boots. Just really
They are cool.
Thank
gonna say those are
you,
cool
thank
boots.
you. I wear boots. I had sandals on for a while. That's why my dex is -3. But now I have boots.
You
you
see,
should get a druid to
Professor-
awaken your sourdough starter.
Professor Aguefort
it's over
looks at
the
all the rest of you and says, however, I must end with the most dire piece of news. The crown of the Nightmare King has indeed gone missing. An ancient and powerful artifact tied to one of the most sinister and powerful villains the world of Spire has ever known. Retrieve... What? Who? Yeah, the Nightmare King.
Oh.
The crown of the Nightmare King.
I don't know. He could have a name. I'm with Gorgug on this one.
This quest to retrieve the crown of the Nightmare King and return it to the Aguefort Adventuring Academy matters more than you know. For not only does its release upon the world represent a threat of a magnitude I cannot describe, but also it represents 60% of your grade
What?
I
For
dropped
the
my
en-
pizza.
for the entire year.
What?
Enjoy your spring break, students, for indeed your entire sophomore year depends on it.
And he vanishes.
We've already been through over 60% of the year.
Wow, this feels like quite a wrinkle, all right? I mean, I've been failing on my other classes because I don't go to them. I hang out in the parking lot and smoke cigarettes.
I have a 5.2 grade average so far, so I feel like if we do fail, then oh no.
Do we just bring the crown back and we all get a good grade?
I think so.
Yeah, actually, no, I'm thinking
Sort
about
of
it.
a
like
pass-fail
pass-fail.
It's hard to
situation,
like.
but-
Honestly, this
We get
seems
a
like it could be
D.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for the people who didn't do any work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked a
That's
lot.
right.
You went on tour.
This is gonna be awesome. Let's
tried
do it,
really
guys.
hard.
I was
You
gone
tried
a lot,
really- yeah.
but what I was doing was also part of my grade.
Yeah, I feel like I also have been helping Riz with the Nightmare King stuff because I love the library.
Yeah, and actually, if you guys want to make some investigation or arcana rolls, we can absolutely do that now.
Can I do like some sort of like if I like since I've been touring, have I like heard anything, any gossip around the night?
If you guys want to do some skill checks right now, because obviously the trail went very cold because of these external factors, but now that all that red tape has come undone and all these doors have opened, you guys definitely have months of work with you. So I'm actually going to say that all these rolls would be, because you've been doing it for months, roll with advantage.
I just got a nat 20.
Nat 20!
I got a 26.
26, great.
I got 27 on investigation.
Whoa!
15.
15.
What are you looking for?
I got a 14.
Investigate.
Investigate, yeah.
I love
18.
Gorga
So we've
trying
been
really hard.
stuck in Emville, right?
Yeah, you've been stuck in Elmville.
And what?
Except you snuck out to the swamps.
Except I have been doing a lot of humanitarian work.
You could have been killed, Kristen.
I understand that, but what's more important?
We should have a music festival at Swamp Venice.
What did we all get?
Let's do it.
Wonderful. Let's start with this nat 20
I
here.
got a nat 20.
What type of information would Fig on tour have been looking for as pertains to the crown of the Nightmare King?
I think I'm just trying. I'm rubbing elbows with a lot of people, like probably a lot of influential people. I want to know what the hubbub amongst the elite is about the Nightmare King, and like where the crown went. I think it's like anytime I'm like at a party and someone says Nightmare King, I like kind of like perk up and listen to it.
Whenever someone's talking about the Nightmare King, so as you can imagine, right, there's this giant forest, this stuff called the Forest of the Nightmare King. You heard a conversation between some elves that came to a concert one time that were old enough to have been around during the time the Nightmare King was mostly active, which was obviously a long time ago. What you hear them talk about is several servants of the Nightmare King. There's a bunch of names that they drop. One of the names they drop is the Shadow Cat, which doesn't seem particularly like meaningful to you, other than they were like the Nightmare King mostly didn't cause mass bloodshed. They were not like Calvaxis. They were not coming in and burning towns. A lot of what they did was a more corrupting influence on the world of Spire. So the stories you hear of the Nightmare King is like there would be an academy of clerics that had hundreds and hundreds of years of religious tomes and doctrines, and the night would fall, something would happen in the monastery, and upon waking, the monks would have like scrawled on all the scrolls and either burned or destroyed them, would like have either disappeared into dreams. A lot of like weird things where all the children in a town would go missing, like weird stuff that was more horrifying than terrifying, if that makes sense. It was like the aims and goals of the Nightmare King were always a lot more obtuse than Calvaxis that was like burn towns, get money, right?
I'm about that.
I'm about that.
You're about burning towns?
If need be. I mean, to get money?
We have a song called "Burn Towns Get Money."
Oh, that's what that's about?
So you talk with them. I will also say that you would know for a fact that the people that you've talked to, the Forest of the Nightmare King, you talk to a couple people that are actually from towns and cities that have venues where they would love you to come play. The Forest of the Nightmare King is still extremely dangerous and covered in, nightmare shadow magic and stuff like that. But it wasn't always a corrupted forest, and there are efforts by, especially like communities of wood elves, that are trying to go and reclaim that. Your mom was from a group of diaspora dispossessed wood elves that ended up living partially in Falinel, but Falinel is like ruled by the High Elves, so there are always communities of more independent-minded wood elves that used to live in the Forest of the Nightmare King, and now are trying to bit by bit reclaim it, although only the forest at kind of the edge of the forest is livable and survivable right now. So that's what you get from your tours. It's less deep lore and more like you have a lot of social connections that are all, you know of places to go and stay where you have friends in that part of the world. What else? Did anyone get a 20 or above?
I got a 26.
Cool. 26. Info dump. Info dump.
That's another one of those.
Info dump is a song that we do.
But it's kind of about her dumping on info.
Yeah. I feel weird telling you about this, but
taking a dump
here
in the
are all my
library.
emotional feelings.
Here's what you find with that 26, that awesome 26 Arcana. You find reference to the Nightmare King in a lot of tomes and books. The Nightmare King is referenced in Fey tomes as not being Fey. They refer to him by the name Riashling Olk, which means
OLK?
OLC.
Okay.
R-I-Re, Ashling, Olc, O-L-C. Is the name they give him. Although you can easily tell, I don't know if you speak Sylvan, but you're also doing comprehend languages.
I don't speak. I speak Elven, but I don't speak Sylvan.
So this book is written in Sylvan because this is all.
Oh, but I do have languages.
Comprehend languages.
Comprehend languages.
Cool. So you have to read that one because at first it comes across as a name, and then on second reading you realize that it's also a title. It just means king of the dark dreaming, right? Now, what's interesting is the Fae give him a Fae title, but refer to him in a way that makes you think they don't regard him as being Fae. In undead books that he has reference to, because a lot of the ways that he's physically described makes you think he would probably be undead in terms of what he looks like, but the undead refer to him as being Fae. Which is very interesting to you, which also makes sense to you on just a practical magical level, because the Nightmare King tends to work what you would guess is a lot of divination, illusion, enchantment magic, and most necromantic entities don't mess with illusion at all. They're not about, like, most undead don't even sleep, let alone dream, right? The Beatazu, that are the devils of the 9 hells, you read some ancient historical texts from the Blood War, which is the ancient war between demons and devils that is sort of in the underworld. They refer to him as fighting on behalf of the demons, of the Tanari. So they were like, this entity has fought on behalf of chaotic evil entities in the past, right? There is reference in being a lieutenant of Calvaxis and one that was summoned by him, right? But it seems like that in service to Calvaxis, his role as a lieutenant was never mustering forces. It was almost like he was a consigliere. Like in return for Calvaxis bringing him into the world, he solved a lot of spellcasting problems for Calvaxis, broke wards, did magic stuff. So it seemed more like a quid pro quo. Like, you bring me back to the world, I'll take care of any arcane blocks that are in your way.
So maybe he predated Calvaxis, but then Calvaxis brought him back.
Correct. The last thing you find on that 26 is that the Forest of the Nightmare King was originally called Silver, a place ruled by a group known as the Court of Elders, which was the representatives of the 4 main gatherings within the Forest of the Nightmare King, which were centaurs, treants, sprites, and wood elves. And the 5th member of the Court of Elders was the Great Unicorn, which did not represent all unicorns, but instead was just the eldest of their number and protected that place, and was kind of the de facto. The Great Unicorn was almost like a demigod type figure, but that just didn't receive worship. It was just revered passively by the people of that land. Right?
Where's Silver now?
Silver became the Forest of the Nightmare King, it's 850 years ago, the Nightmare King took over after the Court of Elders was fractured in the last Sylvan War. So 850 years ago, the centaurs, treants, sprites, and wood elves went to war against each other, and during that chaos, shortly thereafter, the Nightmare King rose, took over the forest, and corrupted it.
So are the treants, sprites, and centaurs still in the Forest of the Nightmare King?
They are in a similar position to the wood elves, where the ones that survived left. We don't know what's happened to the ones within the wood.
Okay.
We do know that a lot of things became corrupted. So like there were weird centaur shamans and like forests of like animated trees, like evil nightmare trees would show up. And of course that there were like sprites and dream beings that were almost like unseelie type fae that showed up on behalf of the Nightmare King. In the cosmology of this world, there were not really dark fae. There were like dark fae, like fae of moonlight, fae of the night, but still benevolent. The first really evil fae show up after the corruption of the Nightmare King.
Okay.
After the Nightmare King took over the land of Silver, that was the last time a unicorn was seen.
I know what I want Aguefort to make me.
A pentacorn. 5 times as powerful as a unicorn with 5 horns and 20 legs.
And you're gonna make this to make us less conspicuous than a tour bus?
Was that one? Was
Yes.
that a part of it? An invisible 20-legged unicorn.
So I just float through the air.
Just riding.
You hear like
Riz, with that 27.
bad at tutting corners.
Here's what you know.
Okay.
The crown went missing from Aguefort's office at any time between prom and 43, anytime between prom, because you guys do remember seeing the crown there. You were worried it could have gone missing before, but you guys checking with each other, could have gone missing before. Could have gone missing anytime between prom and 43 days later at the beginning of summer vacation when Aguefort noticed it was missing, right? However, the likelihood is very slim that it went missing during those 43 days. Arthur re-enchanted his office the night of the prom, like when he was taking care of the feds that showed up and yada, yada, yada. He went and put the wards and bindings back on his office. Odds are the person that grabbed it was somebody who did it in that window of
on prom night?
On prom night during the fight with Calvaxis.
Who wasn't at the fight?
Well, most of the students.
Remember that one dude who was by the food that we kept being like, does he know any heals?
You know what it is?
Is he
The
a med
vulture.
student?
The vulture.
The vulture.
The vulture.
you
The
were able-
vulture stole the crown.
You were able to collect residue samples from the dust on Aguefort's desk and run them through the lab. Your mom put them through the lab and got you the kit back. The crown is a cursed magical object. So whoever did take it would either have tried to return it directly to the forest of the Nightmare King or had a way of breaking a curse on themselves, right? So in other words, if a schmo took it, they would have immediately been taken over by the thing. The type of magical object this came back as is called a talisman, which is very similar to a phylactery that a lich would have, except that talisman also obviously has a common parlance. Like some people just call things talismans, right? But the technical terminology for it within the world of Spire is that a talisman serves a similar purpose to a phylactery, but rather than animating a lich, it takes an extraplanar being and anchors them to a world to make them effectively and for magical purposes native to that realm. So in other words, if an extraplanar creature wants to be in the material realm and doesn't want to constantly get banished or abjured or warded, they can create a powerful artifact called a talisman that is almost like a magical way of being anchored to that plane of existence so that you can't necessarily get rid of them in those extra easy ways, right? So this thing is a talisman and it's a cursed talisman.
Do we know, was the Nightmare King defeated? Like so Aguefort had his crown.
Correct.
Does he need his crown does the Nightmare King need the crown to live, do I know?
The Nightmare King needs the crown to remain here. So with that investigation check, and also this would only be like a DC 15 Arcana check. After Calvaxis toppled and Solace was created, all of Calvaxis's lieutenants kind of had to go into defense mode, and probably about 20 or 30 years after that, a group of adventurers, including some of the people that had killed Calvaxis, just went to the Nightmare King and were kind of doing a cleanup mission of his lieutenants. A very badly structured D&D campaign. They took out the big bad and then kind of were like, oh, this is lower stakes. But you don't have to watch that campaign. So they went and did cleanup. The Nightmare King couldn't, in their records, the Nightmare King couldn't be killed. But what they could do is they managed to successfully do a complex, massive teamwork spell to like dispel the crown off his head. It was like a combination of like remove curse, break enchantment, a couple other spells that happened. They pried it off. And after that, when they killed him, it seems that instead of dying, he just returned to whatever outer plane or whatever transitive plane that he's from, right?
Is there any way of killing him, or is he just always going to be either here and messing with us or living on this extra plane?
If we can get to his plane.
That is an untried avenue. Now, what seems interesting about all this, again, is with his crown out of the forest and kept safe, it seems like whatever Calvaxis did to summon him involved the crown, bringing him back, and as soon as he's got the crown on his head, he's home free here. But when he's separated from it, he's very weakened and can be killed, although it's unclear how that killing could actually stick, rather than just expelling him and having him be unable to re-enter this plane. So like after his defeat, he was gone and things didn't keep coming out of the Forest of the Nightmare King, but it also is still a deeply cursed, dangerous forest. So it's like his presence is still very much there in that forest, oozing out of whatever rift is there, even though he's definitely not been, like, it's conjecture. Is he unable to show up? Or is he just not showing up and this oozing eminence is because he's like sending his aura through whatever rift is there? It's unclear. That's the info dump.
Wow. Fabian is full asleep. Fully asleep, fully disengaged.
Gorgug setting up the karaoke machine like behind with all the chords, like it's crazy.
The drummer slash roadie.
Would I have known anything in my time of being helioic about the Force of the Nightmare King?
Yeah, give me a religion check.
Yeah, sure. 13, 11. Live.
I'm having a snack. What you would know about the Nightmare King on a 13 is that he is included on list of false idols. Okay. So like worshiping him is a sin, but
same with worshiping
Helio.
caffeine. I mean, yeah. There's just so many false idols.
God bless coffee. Thank God
Beauty.
Friday.
Yeah.
It seems like every culture sort of sees him as not of their own and possibly an enemy of them. Like it's like maybe he's their fears.
But it seems that the Fae and the undead and the Nine Hells like have a special place for him. Like they're kind of like
at the same time
you
saying
are not
he's
of
not
us.
us.
Yeah,
It's
just he's our ally or our enemy, but not.
Apparently,
The devil thought he was demons. The Fae thought he was something else.
Undead.
Undead,
The
and the
undead
undead thought he was Fae.
But I guess that makes sense if you're extra planar.
Or if you're fear itself.
What was the time frame of when our homes were attacked and the prom? Was that the same day?
that was the same day. So it could have occurred during that because you guys didn't go back. You guys went from Aguefort's office to the library where you met the old Elven Oracle, back to Golden Horde's office. Then he came over to PA. Then you guys went and had your scenes at your homes. It's been a year and a half of real time since we played this. Mm-hmm. Then you guys went straight to the gym.
Got it.
To work out.
Dane,
Or watch a movie.
do you think you don't think your family could have had anything to do with it?
With my family?
Because they kind of disappeared the day that...
I mean, they'd already left by the time that we were there, apparently. But I mean, I don't know. I don't trust my dad, but I've also never heard him talk about the Nightmare King.
Give me a raw intelligence check.
Intelligence, with 20, not net.
As you're saying that, what you're saying is true. Your parents left long before, because Valinor declared war back when you guys were still doing stuff with the arcade before you guys went to prison. Mm-hmm. You remember detecting a faint residue of teleportation when you drove by your house.
Right. Maybe.
Those elves that I heard talking about the servants of the Nightmare King, like, were they speaking with like reverence, or like what was their attitude towards it? Were they speaking in hushed tones? Were they just gossiping?
They were speaking with that overly performative confidence of people who want you to know they're not scared. Does that make sense? Like, they're in Solace. It's Solace. This is the place that makes adventurers. We're at a rock show. We're like VIPs hanging out with this like young rock star. Yeah. Like, let's talk. It would be like, man, if I ever saw the Nightmare King, it's like,
When people are like, I don't need therapy.
Yeah, Allie, a lot like that. Yeah.
I just work out. Oh,
Well, if we're
branding, yeah. Ricky.
If we're talking about all this phase stuff and everything, and then Dane's family went missing around the same time, it could be connected. Maybe
I know someone who's trying to find Aelwyn.
No. Aelwyn is definitely not going to help us.
If there's even a chance that getting in touch with Aelwyn might.
I'm sorry, you think that Aelwyn will help us and not lie?
It doesn't matter if she
she's
wants to
a
help
liar.
us. This is a lead.
I'll help you break into a prison.
we don't have to break.
Hell yes! I pull the dossier out and I slap it down on the table. Guys, here it is. Let's go.
Riz looks really hurt for a second. Fabian, you had evidence of something, and you didn't tell me. Okay.
I made time to grab it and
can I make an athletics check to grab it before the mage hand gets it?
Just give me a straight attack roll, dexterity proficiency.
Okay. Dexterity so what are you asking? Plus 8?
Yeah.
13.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
a dexterity saving throw, but it's made. All right. Well, I was too slow. That is a 2.
You grab it out of the air.
No, this is very important to me.
I think the people in the prison would love to hear about yes.
I agree.
Yes?
We could relocate them to Swamp Fennis.
Oh, guys, I gotta say, I'm loving the energy in this room.
You know,
right
there
now.
are like murderers and stuff.
You know, Riz, look at
please.
this dossier. Maybe I should have talked to someone else about Porter.
Hurt people hurt people.
He's a
Riz.
nice man.
Hey, the ball. I mean, I'm sorry. I just got this information today. All right, and I was
Takes
actually
time to gather information, but
okay. Well, I'll do that next time.
Oh, I forgot I told Tracker to rig herself up to that side wall. Should I go?
Oh, what are you guys
say
gonna
bye
kiss
to her?
and stuff? Are you guys gonna like kiss?
Yeah, we kiss all the time,
Oh
dude.
man, I can't wait until I'm kissing all the time. Anyway,
Speaking of which, I got stopped by the hospital.
oh, you're getting your kisses
Make a
in?
quick stop at the hospital for you to get your kisses in. My sweet girlfriend is tied to a wall. I gotta go.
You see Sandra goes, what? What?
She's tied to a wall.
It's probably gonna take
It's
me
kid
another.
stuff. We're not vaping. Come on.
It's like, Twister.
It's just like Twister.
Hey, Kristen. I love you, and I'm so glad that you're going to have your own room here and a place to stay. And I really mean it. And actually, to all you kids, I know that it's been a crazy year. You had a crazy first year at Aguefort. Couldn't be prouder of you all, and you're all welcome here. Not just the people that have rooms here. Everyone is welcome here whenever they want. You make a move for that room, it's trouble between you and me.
Can I cast banishment on her? No, I'm just kidding.
Guys, can I say something to just the bad kids? What if we pooled our money together to get a little love pad in the city?
A love pad?
So we could all be there kissing at different times.
why does everyone like?
Oh, everyone goes there and like
Honestly-
takes their kiss mate to go
honestly-
kiss and stuff.
That's disgusting.
I have a tower. I'm fine.
Guys, there's so many cool adventures. Why does everyone care so much about kissing?
Oh, that's
Don't
just because
know.
you haven't been kissed the ball.
Clearly, you haven't been
That's
Yeah, once you
Just
get
one time.
I have
it was like
actually
hard to
I'm dating
know.
somebody in the Baronies.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? The ball?
Yeah.
What's their name?
Yeah, who are you kissing? The ball?
Well, you kind of looked at a map when you said that.
What's their name?
Baron.
Baron from the
Baron.
Baronies.
Hot name for a
Yeah.
like a girl or a guy.
Yeah.
What do you guys? The pizza happens, karaoke happens, the move finishes. Gorga, you a little text from Zelda asking if you want to hang out.
Oh yeah. Just
Oh,
invite
my
her
man's
to
gonna
come
give
over
us
here.
kisses.
Zelda,
What are little chicken wings?
Stop.
Zelda asks.
Man, you're thirsty.
It's
You're
sad.
in a desert.
I just want
When you're doing the chicken dance on behalf of someone else maybe kissing,
Hey,
you're
Fabian, you're
Fabian?
really cool. Why
There's
don't you?
something about this that's
Why?
this is reading very
You
sweaty.
used to be
Yeah.
so cool.
Maybe you should find
No,
somebody
this is
else
what
to
we
kiss.
do. We get excited about stuff. We do like
do myself
this.
with the balls.
We go like this. We get
You're
excited.
doing the bad version of it. You're doing two different things.
No, this is what we do.
Two very
We
different
get excited.
animals.
Fabian, you have strong Galir energy right now.
No. All
Okay,
right.
raise your hand if you kiss on the rag.
Wait, what
I
would
doubt
I
it.
can't do it
Will be.
sideways.
I will be.
I would say I only do it maybe once a month because I feel really morally conflicted.
Yeah,
I have
Because it's extremely
hardcore
not okay
sex
what you're doing.
regularly.
Yeah, so I don't do that.
And
That's
somehow
really cool.
I'm
That's
the
cool.
one, I'm the sweet one with the heart of gold.
Hey, you're the one saying that.
You see Zelda comes in and, as she normally does, gets immediately kind of intimidated and goes, "Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Zelda.
Hey,
Hey.
Zelda. Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to the crib.
This place is awesome. This is super awesome.
Yeah.
Is it cool if Ostentatia and Penny come by, or?
I
We've just been doing karaoke.
I don't live here. Is that?
No, they can.
They can come?
Anyone
Okay.
who's a friend of the
Yeah.
drummer is welcome wherever I am.
Cool. Ostentatia's having kind of a hard time.
no.
She and Skrank broke up.
Skrank? The bird? Our bird friend?
Yeah.
She was dating a bird named Skrank.
You remember it was
Yeah,
Skrank?
she-
Yeah, from the IT club.
Oh, right. Biz's friend?
Yeah, Biz and the turtle
Oh.
person. That whole squad.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so sad.
Was it mutual?
No, Skrank, like, he's kind of, I don't know. Skrank was like, kind of ended it, and Ostentatia didn't want it to end, and we're just dealing with it in the. I shouldn't talk about my adventuring party outside of the adventuring party, but
Respect.
yeah. Sprank's interested in somebody else.
Who? Just tell us.
Honestly, who?
Can I do an? Can I try to convince
do an
her?
insight? Yeah. Is that in that one?
Yeah.
Is that in that one?
You trying to pick it up before
Skrank ran into you at a water fountain at school. Mm-hmm. Skrank's into you.
I just feel like I've been so clear with everyone. You come out and you have to come out with so much force, and kind of all you talk about is how gay you are for the first year, because you're.
And you got those boots.
And I got those boots, and I've just been making sourdough loaves. I want you to know that nothing would ever happen between me and Skrank.
Kristen?
Oh, it's not you.
What?
It's not you, Skrank.
Who is it then?
You see, she
I can
puts her.
take care of this problem.
No, don't kill Skrank.
Wasn't
I think she was gonna kill the person that's Skrank.
No, I wasn't gonna kill
Don't kill
anyone.
me! We're in the same adventuring party!
Sorry, what were you saying?
It's okay. I'm honestly. She starts blushing and is like, I should stop talking about
Hey,
it.
Zelda, what's your final project this year?
Oh, for us, we were gonna go back into the Red Waste because there's a bunch of like captured. There's different like dragon eggs that were like the offspring of Calvaxis. So they've just been sitting there, and most of them are dormant. So we're just gonna go grab the dormant ones and kind of keep them somewhere safe. So,
Cool.
but it'll be good to make sure that someone doesn't bring back like a spawn of Calvaxis,
Oh, yeah,
and they're
no,
like, I'm
thank you.
Calvaxis Jr. and stuff like
Right,
that.
and then he starts hitting on Fig again.
Hey, when you're in the Red
I
Waste,
can't go through
if
that
you
again.
see like any places that maybe some homes could be built,
The waste, Kristen?
let me know, because that's something that I've been doing a
Wow,
lot.
waste Venice.
Waste Venice! I like this.
You guys spend the rest of the night in celebration. When Zelda finds out that you guys are going to be maybe going on an adventure, give me an insight check, Gorgug.
Just seeing if that one was a 7.
10.
10. 10's not too hard. Zelda gets a little bit sad. You guys have been kind of here in Solace, so you guys had so much stuff that you guys went through in your freshman year. The 7 maidens have already gone off on a couple like field missions, so she's been out of town a couple times. But something about when you're talking about maybe leaving, she gets a little like quiet, more so than usual.
Yeah, so we'll probably be gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that Is that okay?
No, well, I mean, like you're an adventurer, so like you like leave. I get it.
Well, you're an adventurer too.
I'm trying to sign to Gorgug, like, you gotta open communication, you gotta listen, and you gotta be really.
You're talking out loud.
What? Oh.
It's fine. Like, of course, like you're an adventurer. Like, you're a great adventurer. Like, you guys got access. Like, of course. Like, it's crazy to like imagine that you wouldn't like go on an adventure. Do you know if like, because when we go, we don't like have crystal service. Like out in some of these places. Yeah, like some of them don't have like service. So like, but there's like I bought like a generator, so like you can sometimes like generate it or something. Just because like if you were gone, I would want to like.
Yeah, maybe my.
Because I made a point of just like really trying to stay in touch when I'm like not here. So.
Totally. I can ask my mom and dad. Maybe they can help me figure out a generator situation.
Yeah.
I want to keep talking.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not worried that you won't. I like, whatever. Pizza. she eats some of the cardboard off the box with it.
I hold up one of the Gorgug thongs from our merch.
Zelda sees that, and you see that her eyes spiral red for a moment. She's like, yeah, I saw those thongs. I saw some people like throwing those up on stage. Why would they do that? I'm gonna go outside. And you see that she walks outside.
Was it not her size?
I don't. How do you? Is there?
So you want to use I statements when you're talking to your.
Is there a label with size on it?
Oh, I guess it just says thong is the size.
It says thong size thong.
She doesn't
You
generally
guys
wear pants.
see a car trundle up to the house, and Galir steps out. You see he.
I break out the red carpet.
Deeply humiliating. Children, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Galir.
Fabian, your mother is...
Cockback.
Please don't hit me.
What?
You're like introducing new cats to each other.
Your mother has told me that she is going to be at her scroll club for longer than expected, and I tripped and dropped my keys down a storm drain. If you get free, could you open the garage for me? I left some chili on a crock pot, and I think the setting is too high, and I realized that I left some loose straw above it, and if the chili dries, it could start a fire.
When you tripped, did you kind of stumble for a second, or did you kind of like beef it?
No, I was carrying an armful of skateboards, and I dropped one.
When you say chili, is it like actual chili?
Well, I make mine with a healthy dollop of yogurt to start it off, and I find that the culture, it's sort of a sour cream.
Is there not a lid on it? Why would it get dry?
I broke the lid when I was getting the skateboards.
I don't understand. You have a bunch of skateboards?
Well, a bunch of the dwarven youths skate by the house, and they made a game of taking old skateboards and throwing them at my head when I'm out in the garden trying to relax.
Fantastic. I love to encourage them.
It is deeply hurtful and ruinous to my mental and emotional well-being. In any case, I also was told to come by and facilitate whatever tools you would need to expedite your adventure. You have spring break, so time is of the essence, I'm afraid.
All right. Yeah.
Oh.
I guess the first things first, we have to hire people we need hirelings, and I mean, I think I'm looking at mine.
What?
Wait, do we each get a hireling?
Yeah, is that how? I'm not
What's
sure
up with
that's
this
how
hireling
hirelings
situation?
work.
Maybe you could just be our hireling. You know, we could
drive for us.
Oh, I don't know
Spring
about
break.
that.
You
so
gotta
you're off.
come, Galir.
Oh, I don't know about
Spring
this.
break with Galir.
Yes, that sounds
no
great
one
to
needs
me.
spring break
Guys,
more
come
than
on.
Oh, Fabian,
I'll-
you missed it actually. When you were gone,
Oh.
Galir dressed up as
Oh,
you,
yes.
and it fooled me.
Oh, I saw
Very
it.
convincing.
I saw it on all the crystals. Everyone was texting
Did you
it.
watch the live crystal of
Yeah,
that?
I watched the live crystal of it.
Fabian, you must understand, I did my best to uphold your good name.
Oh, yes. Oh, talking about how much I love the ball, how much me and the ball hang out, which is partially
Which
true.
is totally true.
It's
so it's
partially
weird
true,
that
but I don't like to put it out there in a big way,
yeah,
the ball.
we keep it secret, man.
Honestly, it would actually, let's bring Galir. I'd love to go outside of state lines with Galir, where things can happen and the government doesn't need to know about it.
That sounds like a glowing recommendation. Are you in?
We live in a town filled with powerful adventurers. I am an anomaly in that I neither can cast magic nor fight.
Actually, this is great because if something happens to Galir, something happens to Galir. So Galir, you're coming.
Or we could hire somebody useful.
What's
I just
Every side of this debate hurts my feelings.
Look, I need your experience. Your experience as a lunch lad means that you can make meals.
Galir, hold this bag.
He takes the bag from you.
I feel like you can do it.
Wow.
No, this can't be it.
This has to happen.
Unfortunately,
Can I look up hirelings?
I am already employed as the vice principal of the Aguefort.
It's spring break.
I've also just been fired.
What?
What?
What did you do?
It says, "You are fired hereby immediately, temporarily, kissy emoji Arthur Aguefort." He signs his texts.
Oh, he's doing it so you can come with us.
Galir is
My
in.
life is a trap from which I cannot escape.
We are all wildly rich now. Did you know that?
yeah.
It'll be you and a bunch of rich children, and you're carrying all of their things.
We're
How can
only
you say
bringing
no?
lembas bread.
I got credit card scammed again this week.
Galir, think about it.
You have to report that.
Again.
You can't just let your credit.
I think it's the
Stop
same
giving people
people
your
getting
PIN
you
number.
every time.
Also, change your PIN number. We all know what your PIN number is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Yeah, you mouth it every time you punch
You
it
go,
at the grocery
"Mm."
store.
But it's hiding in plain sight.
No.
No?
Sometimes it's just plain sight.
Yeah.
I got pre-approved for a credit card on the street by a man in a long black duster. He came up to me in the middle of the night. I woke up in a ditch after getting hit by a skateboard, and he told me I'd been
Again,
pre-approved.
These are all just the
Crystalpedia
dwarven
says
teens,
that hirelings
Galir.
specifically are useful.
I vote that we bring Galir,
100%.
even though he can't really do anything. But then we can maybe also ask like Brishrar.
Yeah.
Brishrar.
That's
Or
right.
Jace.
Or who?
Jace, the sorcery teacher.
Can we bring teachers?
You see,
spring
Galir
break.
speaks up and says potentially you could bring teachers with you, but for the most part, I think they will be busy with their own faculty demands.
I see.
Can we bring Zane?
You are welcome to bring Zane if he is able to leave these grounds, but there's slight danger. Also, bringing a ghost with you will create some problems in the places that you will travel to.
Is there any cool people I've been interviewing for my crew?
We're your crew.
No, well, for side adventures,
What
you
about
know.
Rod?
Rog might be dope.
What about Rog?
You see, it says, if you would like to enlist Rog as a hireling, you are more than welcome to.
I see Rog a lot at bars.
What about
Yeah.
the turtle guy?
Sheldon Turtle
Sheldon?
Person.
Shelford?
Shelford?
Shelford Turtle Person.
What about the bird?
That's. I don't know if we were.
Skrank is very annoying.
We just heard
But
a lot about
Shelford.
Skrank.
Yeah, true.
Shelford's cool.
Yeah,
Shelford,
I like Shelford.
to me, I'm happy if we want Shelford. Seemed deeply insecure, and I'm wondering if
That's
that's
right.
going
We had
to-
a big moment. Yeah.
Oh, we're in group together, and he's actually really been working on it.
Okay.
Cool.
Galir looks and says, you're welcome to spend your own money on hirelings, but you should actually know that the school will pay for your first 3.
Oh.
So,
Right.
so if you want to narrow it down to 3, you won't have to spend any of your own money on it.
No. And
But
can we bring other students, or are they busy on their own quests?
you're welcome to extend something to a student. Normally, in that case, they would be paid out a share of any wealth as well, whereas your normal hirelings, for example, any treasure you find on this adventure, I will not be entitled to because I am a true hireling. A fellow student would be entitled to a share, but if that's not a problem to you, then that's fine.
What do we think?
I mean, Bazra sounds very cool. Now that he can
Or it's
wishes
Bud.
again.
Bud. Yes, I was talking to Bud today. He might be down.
I'm trying to think if we
What
know
about
him.
this skater girl?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Which skater girl?
one of the dwarf.
Torek Railgrinder, who you guys fought at the Mithril Factory, is now a freshman at Aguefort.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
She's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to Bud could be pretty dope. I mean, I just feel like he's
I
just
like
ruthless.
his energy.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
And he's like a family guy, so I feel
Yeah.
like I like that balance of like ruthless, but also loving father, but also like
Do
ruthless.
we want to
Yeah.
take him? Would he want to be away from his government
let's
job and
ask.
also his children?
Here's an idea. If he's available, Bud, Rog, Torek, and then we just maybe Galir, we could pay for your meals.
It's like a work for hire.
We can,
Yeah,
you
you could be
basically
an
intern for
intern.
us.
Yes.
Oh, I actually love
Vice
this.
principal lunch lad intern.
So we can pay
Yes.
them out, and then it
Hey,
seems
no,
like
but you will be our like rock star. You
Yeah.
understand? Like you are you are killing
You're
the
the guy.
game, and you can ask us questions about anything, and we'll answer it.
think about all the experience you'll get.
Yeah.
We'll read one spec script and one sketch packet, and
You do need to have a car
yeah, you
that
need
you
to
pay
have a
for
car.
and HBO.
My car was repossessed by the rideshare app that I was working for.
Awesome.
So you rented the car through the rideshare app?
No, I didn't read my contract very closely. It was my car, and at the end of my service with them, I had lost so much money on the rides that I'd given that they took the car.
How did you lose
So maybe-
money on rides?
I guess maybe you could just rent a car, and then we could pay for it, then you could pay us back.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm also rich, so I'll get you some really nice armor.
What?
Some really nice yogurt.
Yeah, we'll just put you up in
Really
plate.
nice armor.
That sounds like it. That's it, right? No Brasrar? I really like Brasrar.
I like Brasora. I just am confused as to what he can do.
He's so powerful now. We freed him from that curse where he could only
Yeah.
grant ice cream.
Well, how about this? Not everyone will be able to say yes, so why don't you each go ask someone? Your list of people you ask can be a little bit longer than the list of people that end up coming. And but we should plan on leaving right away. There's a limited amount of time. Where do you intend to go? What's the lead you intend to follow?
I think we're.
You're the one who knows people in that direction.
Yeah, I've got some contacts up and down this town.
Are we gonna talk to Aelwyn?
I mean,
I think we were talking about
I don't know any other leads.
breaking.
Yeah.
You
Aelwyn
said
out
that
of
the
prison.
Shadow Cat was one of his people,
Yes,
right?
the other lead is I heard something about a shadow cat as being one of the people that worked for the Nightmare.
Give me an investigation check.
A servant of the Nightmare.
11.
Can I give you a help action?
I'm going to actually give you my 8 divination roll.
8?
So, yeah.
That's what I just got.
Oh, you did?
Oh
I
wait,
thought it
no,
was
no,
a
no.
trick.
That was way better. 16.
Great.
Thank you.
The name Shadow Cat triggers something in your head. It's not something from your recent notes or anything like that, but it does something to you. You're like, God, that name sounds so familiar. But you're so deep in your current investigation that you're like, don't know what that could be.
Okay.
What's your current investigation again?
Plus 8. Well, I got a 16.
Or
No,
no,
I
your
mean,
current
like,
investigation
actual
meaning
it's
the
the
Nightmare
Nightmare
King.
The Nightmare King.
The crown. Trying to find it. I'm also curious about Skrank. 'Cause
Yeah.
As a freaking nerd, Skrank is very not cool, and the fact that Skrank
Broke up with
dated somebody
Ostentatia.
and broke up with
Yeah,
them, that
Ostentatia
is
is very cool.
So
weird.
I
Yeah.
want to find out who he has a crush on now, and then disguise myself as them and try and find out what's going on with Skrunk.
That's a good idea, because the Nightmare King's crown makes people act strange. So I don't know.
Should I ask Zelda?
Yeah, do you mind?
Well, you guys were saying you're both in.
Yeah, we're in the AV
now.
Yeah,
club.
we
with
could
go
Skrank,
talk to
so maybe
him.
we can just go talk to him.
Cool. So you guys are going to go talk to Skrank at the AV Club. Do
we'll
other
have
people
fake
want to try to
come with us, I
grab their hirelings?
I'll try
Yes,
and
I'll
talk to-
ask Brashrar, I guess.
That's right, cool.
I'll ask Bud.
Oh,
Cool.
do you also want to ask Rod?
Oh, and I'll ask Rog as well.
Cool, awesome.
Was there?
Torek?
Torek.
Torek. I'll
Does
talk to
anyone know
Torek.
Torek? Yeah, okay.
I guess I'll.
Do you want to talk to all three?
Yeah,
I'll go with you.
yeah. Me and Gorga go handle the hirelings. That are
Galir
pissed off.
we could always send Galir to ask someone.
Oh, Leo would make a mess of that.
Cool. So we'll go AV for the moment. So Riz and Adine, you guys roll over. It's first day of spring break. There is a huge crystal LAN party happening at happening over.
The new WoW release.
So sick.
You see that indeed. Also, they have like crystals set up to like broadcast this as like competitive play. So you see Scrank going, all right, everyone watching, we're going to try to do a speed run of this level. We're pretty excited. You see Shelford says, speed run? More like slow run. Boy.
Right.
You guys walk into Scrank's place. You've been over here a couple times before. You see he gets up from his thing as he takes a little break and goes, oh, hey there. How's it going,
Hey,
guys?
Scrank. So what's going on? Spring love, huh?
I think you're really handsome. I think you're great.
Oh.
I don't know if there's something here between us, but I'm really flattered.
No, I meant, kind of heard around the old rumor mill.
Yeah, Riz has unclarified boyfriend or girlfriend in the baronies. So.
That's
Baron.
right, Baron. How are things going with Baron, right?
Things are going good.
Are they still from the baronies?
Uh-huh.
Great.
Yep. I'm thinking about going out to the baronies to see Baron soon.
We don't know how he met them because it's hard to get. It's been hard to get
Pen
out to
pal.
Solace, but it's a pen pal.
Yeah, and then once it opened, we decided to.
Great.
So, going pretty good over there. What's new with you?
Lamp party. I'm a little bummed today. I kind of broke things off with Ostentation. So that's.
Oh, that's sad. She's great.
She's great. Yeah, she's really great.
But
Well,
she's not. She's not the one, and you're looking for the one.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, it just sort of feels like, things aren't.
That's kind of what me and Baron have.
Wow, congrats. Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of like, why? Can I ask why you guys are asking?
We just,
just
decided.
good friends.
Yeah, it's spring break,
friends?
and we're like, AV club.
Pretty rad.
Club.
Yeah. All right. Take some wings. Yeah, well, Ostentatious great, but I don't know. I was sort of I don't know about this. I was flirting a little bit with. Do you guys know Danielle Barkstock?
No.
Danielle Barkstock is one of the other members of the Seven Maidens.
No, that'll mess things up.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's confusing, I guess. I don't know.
Was she flirting back?
Can I help you guys? What's sort of going on?
No, we're just buddies hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels weird. I know that
How do you play video games? Because I was never allowed to do that.
Yeah, oh, it's really great. Well, how do you play them? Well, there's, an interface depending on the console. I'd be happy to show you.
Sure, yeah.
He goes and starts showing you how to play video games.
Seriously shaking his head. Don't get him started.
Great. We're going to go to who's going and dealing with the hirelings.
You're going to see Bashrar. We're going to see Bud, Rog, and Torak.
Torak, yeah.
Torak.
Cool. So you go to Basrar's
Dinosaur
ice cream
hunter.
place. You see Basrar's there, genuinely very happy, serving ice cream to people. He goes and says, hello, Kristen. It is so good to see you.
Thank you.
How can I help?
I want some sort of like dark chocolate, sea salt, and caramel.
It's so fun to do now that it's not the only thing I
Yes,
can do.
I'm so happy.
It's like it's about choice,
Mm-hmm.
Because I genuinely love to make ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can only make ice cream,
Yes.
it's a prison of the heart.
Totally. Totally, yes.
This like dark chocolate sea salt caramel gelato shows up. Perfect. Please give my regards to young Adine. I owe her my newfound life.
Yes.
It's incredible.
And on that note, I wanted to know, now you have a choice. You can move around. You don't just serve ice cream all the time. we are going to go on a big adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And we need people to be in our crew. So I was wondering if you wanted to come with us. It would be me, Adine, Riz, Gorga.
Give me a persuasion check.
What?
Give me a persuasion check.
It's a 10.
Oh, you are so sweet to offer. I so appreciate. I am sadly very happy and busy with my ice cream parlor now that I can really run it like a true business and I have my free time. I'm part of a bocce ball league.
Cool.
Fun.
Well, you would be carrying all of our bags.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, great.
I'm a proud business owner and an adult man, but I super appreciate.
I get
it's one of those things.
I
You
get
know,
that.
I do understand the trope of like you free someone from their servitude, and then they're like, "Wow, now I choose to serve you." But that's kind of bull.
Yeah,
You
that's.
know?
Oh, I didn't mean to. I was just
No,
so
for
easy
sure.
with
Like, thank you for my
Galir.
freedom. Now I'm going to use that to live the life I want.
I
You know?
understand. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I also feel a little weird about someone carrying my bag, so I kind of feel in that way. You know, I might try to carry that person's bag actually this whole trip.
Well, if you'd like a bag to carry, and you see there is a scintillating, frosty white-blue pouch, and as it opens, you see a perfect ice cream sandwich comes out. And he says, from this, you can make as many ice cream sandwiches as you would like. In good health, use them on the trip. This is my token to you.
Thank you so much.
So that's going to have the same features as like an ever-smoking bottle or like a bottle of infinite water, but it's ice cream sandwiches.
Ice cream sandwiches?
So you can put that in your
Thank
in
you
your inventory.
so much.
We're going to cut over to Gorgug. You guys
Holding
had
on the back of Fabian's motorcycle.
It's too tight. It's too tight.
I'm scared. What if I fall off?
You're not going to fall off, all right? Just be cool.
I'm gonna hold tight as I can.
Cool. You guys head over. They're actually at it's spring break, but they're over at a little clubhouse that's been built on the Aguefort property grounds, which is the LGBT student union. So you see that Torak and Rog are actually both there hanging out, kind of like putting up decorations for there's going to be a party tomorrow night there. So you come in and Rog goes, "What's up, Cap? Come on!"
Oh my God, good to see you.
Good to see you, dude. What's up, bro?
What's up, dude?
He goes, "Yeah, man, I love it. What's going on?"
My good sir,
We have an offer for you.
a big one.
Yeah?
One of the largest offers you might receive
An
today.
absolutely huge offer, you might say.
You
guys
might
are
say,
both flexing.
you might say that indeed. Now, question is, are you good enough?
Are you into adventure?
I've been waiting for an Aguefort Owlbears 3 MVP, 3-way makeout sesh for longer than I can imagine. And you guys finally got the nuts to come here and make it happen? Brother, let's go! Let's go! Hoot, growl, hoot, growl, hoot, growl, hoot, growl.
We got things twisted.
A slight wires crossing.
we would, you've been working out on that. I'll tell you, that's
Hell yeah.
And that sounds like a cool idea.
I put on mass crazy fast. I have a hard time getting cut, but I put on mass like crazy. So I've been doing this, I've just been putting on lots of mass.
You put on 20 pounds this week, is that right?
Yeah, 20 pounds this week, dude. I eat 10 steaks every hour on the hour, dude.
That's awesome.
wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I have to poop 13 times a day, average. Some days it goes up, most has been 25.
Insane.
Least has been 4.
I get an elven oracle twinkling and I text them, maybe we don't bring Rock.
The bad kids, I see that, put my phone back. The bad kids need you now
need you.
more than ever. We're going on a big adventure to recover the crown of the Nightmare Cake. And we want you, Rog Barkrock, to be along for the ride.
Brother, I am in. I'm put my shirt back on. You got Rog, baby.
All right, good.
Nice.
We're actually talking to other candidates right now, but you are high on the list, if not number 1, number 2. So we just need to finalize some things, but then we're gonna lock you down.
Sort of circle. We gotta talk to everybody.
Yes.
Then we'll figure it out. But we think you're great.
Honestly, last year, the guy I thought I was my best friend that I had a lot of repressed feelings for, the job's been helping me work through, he was my old adventuring partner, and I had a lot of love for him, but he was a very bad person. He was also deeply hateful and a bigot, and it really messed me up, and I have a lot of trauma that I'm like working back through. So I haven't had an adventuring party this last year, so honestly, even being asked, dude, tight as hell.
Awesome. Hey, I just thought of something. This is just out of curiosity. Do you remember? Were you with them at all the day prom happened, before prom? Like, you didn't see them going anywhere near Aguefort's office or anything?
Give me an insight check.
Still what it was? Okay. So 5.
5.
Rog is your dad.
We concluded this bit in the at the end of the last episode. You look at Rog with a 5 insight. With a 5 insight, your dad is Digby Thistlespring. Your biological father is Gorbag. We know this. You, with the 5 insight, realize that Rog doesn't know who his dad is, and probably is grappling with the possibility that he might be his own dad. And you've been there.
Yeah, so we're just kind of wondering what you were doing.
Sorry, one second. Hey, Rog, just now.
Yeah.
I really feel like I got to peek at something.
What? Give me an insight check, Fabian.
There was a time in my life when I felt very confused about who my father was.
15.
And who it was such a challenging part of my life that I was looking everywhere. And then at one point I felt like I found a mirror. And I looked into that and I thought for a second that I was my own dad. And I want you to know, it's okay to think that you're your own dad. That's okay.
Rog starts crying. He gives you a big hug. It's so good to hear that.
Because what? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
If you don't know your dad, why can't you be your dad?
Why can't you be your own dad?
Magic's real.
Magic's real. You do magic to be your own dad.
Yeah.
I text Adeline back. Oh, yeah, maybe not.
Without 15, when Gorgug says, I noticed something, you see a brief flicker of paranoia or fear on Rog's face. A little bit. That's all you get, though. But Rog says he's down. You see that Torek walks up. Again, Torek is long, braided, blonde beard. She's got the shaved sides of the head, sort of skater punk looking. She goes, right, so you're going to take Rog away from me, are you?
Well, not necessarily, because
There's a chance. Why am I acting so weird? I was cool last year. Sorry. I want to know if you want to come with Rog on the adventure of a lifetime.
Are you're getting a group of bad kids, or what? You want to get me on your quest?
Well, we're looking for a couple of hirelings.
Do I look like a hireling to you?
You're a freshman.
Oh,
You'd be
lad.
very lucky.
Well, that didn't stop you then, did it?
What?
When you were a freshman, you were running around and getting into all kinds of scraps.
Yeah,
know that we would have turned down being hirelings, and everyone ever offered us of being a hireling.
Give me a persuasion check.
What's your persuasion?
+5.
Can I give you a help action?
Sure.
That's gonna be 21.
She looks at you and says, right, well, and this goes for Rog as well. You know that we're fellow students at the academy. If they're brought on as hirelings, they get a full share. So that goes for me and it goes for Rog as well.
Yes, we are aware of that.
All right, I'm in.
All right, we're still looking at candidates.
We kind of have to talk to everybody first.
So we're going to circle back, but you're definitely number 1 and number 2 on our list.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys split from there. You text Bud. Bud hits you back real quick. And you see he says, "Hey, Bud, first of all, even with the encrypted crystals, let's not talk business over text. And second, gosh, I'd love to help you out, but I got my kids at home, and besides, think global, act local. I got enough problems trying to take down this government, let alone governments other places."
Word up. Winky emoji.
Can I text everybody? I've been thinking about this, and I feel like we should be thinking a little bit more strategically about who we want to be our help person. For example, none of us speak any of the languages of the Forest of the Nightmaking, and while I can use spells to maybe do that at some level, it would maybe be useful for us to have, for example, a wood elf to come with us. Galir is a high elf, right?
Is Santalin a wood elf?
Santalin's a wood elf.
I believe Galir is canon wood elf.
Oh, okay. So Galir does speak.
Galir speak?
So he is useful. Damn.
Hell yes.
Could be wrong, but I believe, no, because the Abernance, when he went to your family's house, did not treat him very well because he was a wood elf and not a high elf. So you see that, Galir speaks Sylvan.
What a point you've
Are
made.
there any
Galir
Centaur
is useful.
students?
Cool. So that's Bud. But you guys do have Galir, Rog, and Torek as your 3 yeses.
I was wondering if you guys feel like we should just leave this mystery of what's going on with Skrank. We can, but I was thinking the bigger mystery is what Danielle is up to. Because what's Danielle Barstock like? Is she like kind of cool?
She's one of the 7 maidens. She's a half-elf druid.
It seems really weird that she would compromise
You know
her
what,
own
actually-
thing. So I was thinking I should go ask Skrank to
Having
her.
a druid when we're going into a forest environment might be also super useful.
But
They're
now
going
we're-
to the Red Waste.
Right, but maybe do we know any other druids?
Yeah, can I do an insight to see if I
Well,
know
we know that stoner kid, but I don't think he's around.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
Does
it's
anyone
not
else think it's
reliable.
really? Does anyone else think it's really weird that Danielle is flirting with one of her fellow maidens' boyfriends?
Yes. Yeah.
So I feel like we should maybe get to the bottom of that.
Fig,
or
why don't you
certainly
talk
not.
to her? Why don't you talk to her real quick? But other than that, I feel like we have a good team here. I think we don't want to go too far out of the family, as it were.
Yeah.
Huh.
I wonder if we should, do that, and I can ask Zelda if that makes sense. Do you think someone is
We
impersonating?
should probably tie
wanna-
things up with
Yeah.
Zelda, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
maybe just check in with Zelda about this Danielle Barstock thing.
Okay.
Cool. You're going to go talk to Danielle Barkstock.
Well, I was thinking I would go pretend to be Skrank and see
I
how
think
she
that's smart.
responded. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead and give me a deception check as you walk up to her as
Okay,
Skrank.
I am an actor, so I get advantage. Okay, 26.
Cool. You see that Danielle is a lovely, she has like a very soft, gentle expression. She's a half elf. She's got like long, kind of like dirty, like either like sandy brown or like sort of darker blonde hair that's like tressed with vines and flowers. Sort of broad-shouldered, a little bit taller. And you see that she's out on the Aguefort grounds talking to her animal companion that is a like young gray fox. But you see that as you walk up as Skrank, correct? She says, "Hey Skrank, how's it going?"
Good, I'm ready to be your lover.
Skrank, you can't keep saying that, okay?
But you put out the signs. I thought we had something.
Look, I've never had a boyfriend or had a kiss or anything like that, but you and Ostentatia... It's so stupid. I told her that I liked you and she dated you anyway. Give me an insight check. You can roll with advantage.
13.
You suspect this is teen drama.
I turn back into Fig. Hey.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
10.
You are immediately entangled by vines. Danielle stands over you with a staff.
So sorry.
This is so wrong.
So sorry.
You are a bad
So
person.
sorry.
Do you sleep with an adult doctor at the hospital? That's the rumor.
Okay, look, the rumors are only partially true. I just go and I get my kisses in. That's
Gross.
all. I've never taken it any further. It's companionship.
You have
Do you know
totally-
how hard it is to be yourself, to think anyone would love you for who you really are? So yes, do I take some solace in feeling loved as the medical student that I'm not actually?
You walked up to me impersonating a guy who I'm in a really complex situation with.
It's the only way I know how to interact with people emotionally is to be someone else. But yes, I absolutely betrayed your trust.
Okay, then we're done here.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you, okay? And this is me now as myself.
Yeah, fully restrained by magic vines.
Yeah. But also restrained by my own internal vines that keep me from other people.
I so don't care.
I'm gonna get to the point. I was worried. Look, we all have our missions. You know we're going to do our spring break missions. I was worried. We were all really surprised that Skrank broke up with Ostentatia. I was worried that maybe you were enchanted and servant of the Nightmare King. That doesn't justify what I did. I'm not saying that. That doesn't justify what I did, but it does contextualize it, right?
You've been on
So
tour too
because
long.
of the thing that you're doing that's got nothing to do with me, you thought because my friend got dumped by a guy that I had been mind controlled by the Nightmare King?
Ostentatia's just kind of out of his league, and so are you. So that's why we were very surprised that he would be the center of a love triangle.
Skrank's slept with a lot of people at this school.
Holy shit.
What?
Do you not know that? When Skrank was a freshman, he slept with a senior.
And you're on me about having a fictional kissing relationship with a dwarf.
I like Skrank! He's nice.
Okay. Look,
I liked him before Ostentatia liked him.
yeah, that's kind of messed up. I don't know, deepest apologies, here's some VIP passes.
I will take these.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bring anyone you want. Maybe Skrank, right?
Okay, all right,
I'm
yeah,
good.
do
I'm
that
good
again.
now.
It leaves.
I text the group, Strong talking to Danielle, she's gonna back down.
Incredible. That night, you guys are getting ready. You get word from Arthur that your creature will be ready tomorrow morning in time for you guys to leave bright and early. Do you want to? Do you?
I guess if there's time to talk to Zelda.
Cool.
Just like.
You send a text to Zelda. She peeled off after a little while when you were going and doing your business. You send it to Zelda. It's not immediately returned.
Do you have raid receipts on like a maniac?
I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
Take off my Skrank costume.
Yeah, let's all go in one by one.
Okay.
That's it.
So yeah, it's a little weird, but you go to bed that night.
Can I throw out one more thing before?
yeah, me too.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling like a little bit weird about like bringing Torek just because she's like a 13-year-old and like is learning a lot.
I could see that,
I
because
was
we
wondering-
might get into drugs and
Yeah.
stuff. Do we really want to, like...
We're not gonna do drugs.
I just want to pitch like
I'm open to
my
drugs.
maid.
Nice.
Cathilda is pretty like badass. She kicks ass.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you want to bring your maid
Or
on.
what about your mom?
Okay.
Can you
What is
bring your
she
mom?
like? What is she?
You guys remember Cathilda? Cathilda is the halfling maid who gave you all snacks when you stayed at Seacaster Manor. She also is a whirling dervish dagger fighter who
Yes.
She's all. I mean, like I'm 100%. I'm not gonna lie. Don't want to split that treasure too many ways. Like 6 is already a lot.
Again, if we can maybe bring somebody who has any skills in the outdoors, none of us do.
She is a snack captain,
No.
number one. I mean, Kipper's on deck.
Yeah, okay,
So
but can she
Danielle-
read maps? Can
Danielle's
she
actually-
talk to trees?
Danielle's actually clear I don't know that she wants to hear from me again.
Right. Also, she is already in an adventuring party.
Yeah,
We don't know anything.
What about your mom?
What do we think?
That's what I was
Cathilda
wondering.
or
Cathilda texts you back right away and says, Master Fabian, I've spoken with the lady of the house, and Hilarial has seen fit that I would absolutely be allowed to take the time off.
Hey guys, Cathilda is down.
Okay.
I would also like to ask my
Yes.
mom. Mom, hey, I know you just moved in, bad timing, but if you want to, hang out a little more than we have in the past, like, would you consider coming along?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Your mom looks at you and says, you wouldn't feel embarrassed going adventuring with your mom?
No, I'd actually feel honored.
She wells up with tears. She says, well, I'll check with Baxter's schedule. I'm in. I would love that.
Cool. I actually should warn you that Galier's coming.
Oh no. Cool. So give me your guys 3, if you'd be so kind.
We take
So
you.
we could take Sandra Lynn. Wait, does Galier count as one?
Galeer counts as one of them.
why are
But
we
you guys also have
having a
money. You can
slot?
pay for more if you want. You can do.
Oh, we have
Galeer-
a ton of money. Let's bring more.
The only
Yeah.
reason I thought Torak was good is just because she can heal.
Oh yeah.
I've
she's
got
a-
healing
she's a
word.
You do have
I have
healing?
a ton
I
of
forgot.
heals.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and
maybe
she's
we
rad.
maybe we just buy Galeer a bunch of potions.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Let's call it. What do we want to do?
Galeer,
How is he the top of the
number
list?
1.
Galier, probably Rog, right?
I kind of want to ask Rog some more, so it might be good to bring her along.
Rog,
cool.
and Sarah Lynn.
Sarah
Sarah
Lynn?
Lynn.
Sandra Lynn.
Sandra Lynn.
Sandra Lynn
Lynn.
and
Yeah.
Cathilda.
And Cathilda.
Oh,
Cathilda.
Cathilda.
Yeah, that sounds good. All
Okay.
4.
So that's
Yeah.
everyone,
Galier-
but
And then Rog we wouldn't pay, but he gets a cut.
Yeah.
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 Cool. So you got 3 hirelings, and then you're cutting in Rog.
Yep.
Great. Totally fine.
and not
Torak.
Torak.
Cool.
I wanna
Sandra
pledge-
Lynn's great with Sylvan. Sandra Lynn is a wood elf, speaks Sylvan, is a ranger, great with wilderness stuff.
I want to pledge myself to Jawbone and say, like, if I see any funny business between Galier and Sandra Lynn, I'm going to make sure to put the kibosh on it.
I'm Polly.
Cool. I'll tell Galier.
Yeah, just I guess if they're gonna fool around, just send me a text.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I've been very open with Sandra Lynn.
Great.
I'm very happy to be monogamous because that's what she's asked for, but that's not how I swing normally.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
so-
I won't actively try to parent trap them, is what I'm saying.
Oh sure. I mean it's a big house. If Galeer wanted to move in, let's get everyone to move in.
I
Big
agree.
old family.
I agree.
Family's who you find. You know.
Rule, yeah.
Do I
Yeah.
get a vote on whether Galeer moves in?
You do, but I hope that you'd vote with an open heart. Wonderful. You guys all go to sleep that night. I need everyone here. So you're going to have your creature the next morning.
Yes.
You have the location of Aelwyn's prison, where you believe that there's information waiting for you there about the arcane dealings of the Nightmare King and his crown. You also know that Aelwyn clearly had information that KVX would have had. She was working side by side with Calthaxis for a long time, and the Nightmare King was his lieutenant.
It's a good lead, guys.
You're going to have your
just
creature
doing this for
tomorrow.
kisses.
You have your hirelings that you're bringing. I need everyone here to roll for me a wisdom saving throw. Let me know what you get.
Oh, is this from the gold?
Or the house.
14.
I got a
17.
14, 17, what'd you get?
10.
10,
12.
12,
13.
5.
5.
What did you? I mean, it doesn't make any difference.
I rolled 3.
Yeah.
And Riz, are you sleeping that night or do you go back to your office?
I guess I'll go back to my office.
I would like a charisma saving throw with disadvantage.
Yikes. That would be a 3.
You got what?
5.
The next morning comes. You awaken in your lovely new Oracle's tower. You have a lovely night. You have some strange. You rolled a 10, right? Mm-hmm. You have some dreams of like a choppy ocean and a couple dreams of drowning. Fabian, what did you roll again?
17.
I prep water breathing.
You have dreams of a. Not anything too upsetting, but you have dreams of an engine underneath you and being in total darkness with a sensation of falling astride the hangman into nothingness. 12. You are standing in a room with blank sheets of paper, trying to draw the face of someone that you know, and you can't draw their face over and over again.
13.
Gorga, you're standing on a cliff overlooking a choppy sea. Rog is there. Rog turns to you and looks at you, and you see that his eyes are completely covered in blood, and it's oozing out of his face and down his cheeks. He looks at you and says, "Are you my dad?"
No, but I get it.
Riz, you are up very late working. Fig, you have a dream of glory, fame everlasting, and you feel for a moment a crown being put on your head. Fig and Riz, the rest of you all wake up the following morning to get ready for your adventure. Fig and Riz don't wake up at all. Tune in next week for the continuing adventures of Dimension 20 Live Fantasy High Sophomore Year.
What?
Wow. Cool.
I died peacefully in my sleep.
What the fuck? We just spent 10 hours
Yeah, I'm
talking
sorry,
about
what?
helping.
You're not gonna kill them.
Is this because
Don't-
I chose a bubble as my bedroom?
You suffocated in the bubble.
No, the bubble was red.
Wow.
Guys, that's it for this chapter of Dimension 20. But wait, hearken. The cry of more full episodes of Dimension 20. They call out to you from dropout.tv. Will you not run to their aid with your free trial today?